right, Gene Simmons is on the phone. He is a founding member of KISS, very successful guy. Originally, Gene was supposed to come in with Paul Stanley. We were going to see them here live today, but from what I understand, and maybe Gene, hi.
Good morning, Howard.
Good morning.
What a nice lead-in. It's charming. Do you have twat cream? And now here's Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
Well, you followed worse, I'm sure.
That's right.
Very classy. I appreciate that.
But,
all right, go ahead with the Paul question.
Okay, and if you can be serious about this, I would love to really know, because KISS is a very, very successful business. And you and Paul and the rest of the guys all started out together. Listen, you were young guys and you started a band, and what are the odds of it all working? And it did. It worked. KISS became very successful and still is successful. In fact, we're here today to celebrate your new album. But, I get the feeling that Paul and you were booked together, and you two guys really dislike each other.
Oh, that's not the case. The opposite is the case. He didn't want to sit early in the morning and get torn apart with twat jokes by Howard Stern.
That's not what I understand.
Well, how do you understand?
Well, Sal's a huge KISS fan, and he was saying that that Paul is fed up with Gene bragging about his sex. And also that Paul refuses to go on Gene's reality show, which is in its 4th season.
Well, that's true. No, the 5th season shooting, as a matter of fact, tomorrow here in New York.
Does that upset you that Paul won't do your show?
No, he's just a private guy. He's got 3 kids. Erin, his wife, is right down the hall. And the beautiful Shannon Tweed, who you, Howard Stern, married man, want to devour. I've seen it.
Yeah, she's a beautiful woman.
Yeah, well, I've seen it. You're lascivious, and even though you have a ring on your schmeckle finger, I've seen you look at her.
And also, yeah, I think Gene's wife is very attractive. And
I'm not married. Don't play that game.
Gene's girlfriend is very attractive.
Wouldn't they be considered common law?
Common law wife.
You don't. What you need is a cohabitation agreement with individual counsel, and then it nullifies and invalidates any law of the land.
Yeah, I think Gene's pretty well.
He's so up on the law here.
He probably sat with a team of lawyers and made sure he wasn't getting himself into anything. But it's funny. I recall the last time Gene was here. He was here with his beautiful wife.
Yeah,
you're killing me.
And I said to Gene,
I'm not
Gene,
married. I'm going to do that every time you do that, so we can do the laugh every time. But we have to be factual, Howard.
I said to Gene, why is it you've been with this woman so long, and you still fuck around? And Gene said to me, look, I don't fuck around on my wife. And I said, Gene.
He said, I don't fuck around on my wife?
That's right. I mean, not wife, his girlfriend, or whatever, living, whatever. So I said, would you take a lie detector test? And Gene said yes. Now, I told Gene he couldn't tape it for his TV show, so he went ahead and he went on Adam Carolla's show and did the lie detector test.
And did he pass?
What happened when you went on Adam's show and did it?
I passed.
You did pass?
Yeah.
We're going to take his
Robin
word
Quivers,
for that?
Robin Quivers took an oath of silence. And as far as I know, she hasn't said anything. Right, Robin?
I haven't said anything. There's nothing to say.
Did you blow Gene Simmons?
There's absolutely nothing to say.
No, I blew Corolla. That's the difference.
Yeah. Well, you should.
Now, I just want to say, what a segue. Here's Howard Stern saying, the powerful and attractive Gene Simmons, he's probably here to promote something. And then your wonderful female announcer with the sexy come-hither voice says, and Howard Stern is celebrating the 5th year that he signed a multi-million-dollar deal with this. Yes, that's true. Come on.
What?
Kettle and pot. First, before the break, you said Gene Simmons is going to be coming on. He's probably going to be promoting something.
No, listen, wait a second. You can't compare my career. Gene, you can't compare your career with mine in the sense that you sell everything. I do not.
Yeah, but I don't call myself the master of media. I just call myself the master.
The king of all media thing was a goof.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You sell everything. Listen to this. Gene went on eBay.
I did not.
Hold it. Did you not sell your kidney stone on eBay for $15,000?
Yes.
So there you go.
How do you do that?
But that was for charity.
Oh, that was for charity.
Well, of course.
No, but Gene, you
but
sell
who's
everything.
Buying that?
She lives down the road, and she needed another car.
Gene will sell everything KISS. Everything is KISS, KISS, KISS. And but I don't put him down for it. I'm just saying I don't do that.
No, I think you have a point. Sonic Boom, our first studio album in over 10 years, is being released, in fact, today or tomorrow at all Walmarts across the country, and Walmart, for the first time in their history, is giving us 4 Kiss corners. And every corner in Walmart, it's turning into Kiss. That's like 16,000 Kiss corners where you can buy T-shirts and popcorn farts and everything else with Kiss on it.
Yeah, it's a big deal for them. Are you going on Letterman tonight?
Yes, your pal.
Will you say to Letterman?
Are you guys going to be interviewed?
We usually don't talk. We do our talking on stage.
So you're going to perform?
Yeah, we're going to try to blow the place up. You know what you should do, Howard?
Go ahead.
When was the last time anybody called you Howie, by the way?
Very rarely.
Very rarely. What you should do is to get out of there. You know, I know you go out to Long Island, you're with your beautiful wife, and then you come into work. You never have any fun. You should come out and see us at the Garden. We're playing there in 2 days. You should come out and see how the big boys do it. Enough with a thing like you should be the lead singer in the Ramones, Joey Stern. How much have you gotten that?
See, here's the difference between me and Gene. Gene does private meet and greets at every concert for $500.
No, that's not true.
Now,
that's not true.
Is that true or not?
You can
How much does it cost?
How much does it cost? It's $1,000. Is it true that you will really charge $1,000 to come out and greet someone? You do?
We do, of course. If you want, you can come back, hang out, take photos. Yes.
Hang out? Is there food?
That's bullshit.
What is it, Sal?
I want to bring my kids in the worst way to see them, but I can't afford it. It's going to cost me $1,500.
Well, but Sal, I mean,
I don't blame the guy, but he does do that. He does,
yes. Yeah, but listen, the difference between us and Streisand is, Barbara Streisand is, she'll charge $1,500 for a ticket. We don't do that. We make the tickets very affordable, anywhere from I don't know, $40 to $150. Then if you want extra stuff, it's yours. Look, you can take a plane from New York to L.A. It's like anything in life. It'll get you. You'll get there. It's not a problem.
How many people would you say after the concert come back and pay $1,000?
Before. We do it
before, okay.
Right after the show, we disappear. The truth is, we could have as many as we wanted, but physically, we can't do more than, right under 100, because then we're, just depleted for the show. So
you're saying you can make $100,000 extra dollars every Kiss concert?
Oh,
wow.
If we allowed it, we'd make 1,000. We'd meet 1,000 fans.
Wow. Wow. Well, I tell you, that's something.
I thought there was a recession.
There's no recession for Kiss fans.
No, we're doing better than ever. We are.
Hey, Gene, what does Kiss bring in a year? Honestly, I mean, through everything, through your appearances, through your concerts.
I'll tell you if you tell me.
All right.
What does Howard Stern bring in a year?
$7 million.
We do much better, Howard.
All right. How much do you bring in?
Well, if we tour, you can, out of a big tour, you can take out $100 million gross, plus merch and licensing and all that, which could be another, I don't know, 40, 50 million. And then there's ancillaries, the licensing and the merchandising and all that. But don't kid yourself. We work harder than any band out there.
Yeah,
I remember when I was growing up, I heard James Brown, the hardest working man in show business, and I went to see him many times. It was true. He busted his hump after he owned radio stations and record companies and all that stuff, and every single show he treated as if it was the only show he would ever do. That's our mantra.
Why the drive, though, to work so hard if you've got all this money? I know you've got a lot of money.
That's the real that's the real thing about a champion. If you're a champion, if you're the fastest man alive, after you get the award and you're certified the fastest man alive, will you get up at the crack of dawn the following day when Howard Stern's not there and ESPN is not there, just by yourself at the crack of dawn, and will you try to break your own record? If you do, then you are a champion. If you're not, you're going to be yesterday's hero.
When you performed on American Idol with Adam Lambert, I remember the moment.
Sure.
But you have been quoted as saying that, and this is interesting because you're a pretty astute guy. You've helped people get started in the business, even Van Halen. Am I correct?
I discovered that. Mike managed Liza Minnelli, all kinds of wacky
He
stuff.
managed Liza Minnelli.
That's right. Now, you said that Adam Lambert has killed his career
by doing what?
By coming out and admitting his sexual preference.
Too early. Everything is timing. The important thing, I remember when I was a kid, John Lennon was married. They never talked about that.
Right.
Whether you're straight or gay, become a mystery. Strippers don't come out naked. Take it off layer by layer. Bring the audience with you. It's called a learning curve. Don't just come out and air anything and everything out. And it has nothing to do with being gay. I don't care if you worship Satan or blow farm animals. Take them through the process slowly. and then when you become rich and famous and you don't care, then you come out.
Right. So in other words, it's a marketing thing. He should have left the mystery, sort of, it's vague, and then as he becomes
he's gorgeous by girl standards, by guy standards, so why not keep it a mystery so that when you're singing a love lyric, the girls are thinking, like the Village People, that you're singing to them.
Did you tell him this? Did you say, please don't come out of the closet?
I said, Adam, shut up. You betcha. But I also told Brian May backstage that this kid's got the goods, the most talented guy who's got the chops on any American Idol ever, that he should be the new lead singer in Queen.
But I think they offered it to him, and he said no.
I don't know if you know how to spell duh, D-U-H.
Meaning he doesn't...
Oh, that's a stupid... Because you can have your cake and eat it, too. You can be the lead singer in Queen and get all the cred you want with the masses and show everybody that you've got the chops to sing some of the finest songs ever written. I know they're one of your favorites. They're certainly one of mine.
Yes.
And then you do your solo record. Now it's... sink or swim. And listen, I've always wished him the best. I told him to his face, same thing I'm talking to you right now. I said to the kid, look, you're really talented, probably the most talented American Idol guy ever. You should really be quiet now. And the next thing is cover story, and he's doing like a Britney Spears pose. It's wrong.
So he didn't listen to you?
No.
All right. Why is there a
What
feud?
is the split of the money in KISS? Is it just him and Paul?
Well, Paul and I are founding members. Ace and Peter. By the way, Ace has got a really solid solo record. You should check it out. Anomaly. Peter, I hear, is doing a rock record.
Ace is out of the band, right?
Oh, yeah. Ace hasn't been... Well, Ace and Peter have both been in and out of the band 3 separate times.
Right.
And Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer have been in the band an awfully long time. Eric has been in and out of the band about 18 years. And Ron Wood is always going to be the new Rolling Stone guy. That's just the way life is, and that's okay.
So they don't have to really give those guys equal splits?
No, of course.
Ace and Peter get nothing.
Right.
We bought them out, and we love them and care about them and wish them all the happiness in the world. But
what does it cost to buy out those guys?
Well, we bought them out almost 30 years ago.
So
is that
cheap.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Boy, you really are a good businessman, huh?
Like you, Howie.
Wow. Hey, what's the feud with Sharon Osbourne? Why did she call you a silly man in a silly wig? What is this?
No, she said worse than that. She saw there was a comment by one of the... I've known Ozzy and Sharon for 35 years.
Right.
And very fondly hold both of them. You know, I think they're terrific, and Ozzy and I have... Well, let's just say we've known each other a long time. But there was an interviewer who interviewed me about their family and their show. And I said on the record, and look, you don't want to comment on anybody else's family because that's a personal issue, and who the hell cares what anybody else thinks anyway? This is your family and your business. And the hairs on the back of my neck would certainly stand up if anybody said something about my family. So the guy, of course, went on to say, the Gene Simmons family jewels, not like the Osbournes. They're straight. They don't get high.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't drink. They don't smoke. Of course not. I never have. But that doesn't mean that I'm saying anybody else should or shouldn't. Sharon took that as a slight and immediately went to bat, as all mothers should, to protect her family.
I see. So you're going to straighten it out with her or not?
Oh, she let it go right away when she realized what the article was about.
I see. All right. Now, when you go on Letterman, because you are going on Letterman tonight, I want to ask you one last question about this. What do you think about this? Just as a man who has, betted 1 million women, are you shocked by Letterman's secret little room and the fact that he has sex with some of the women who work on the show? Are you shocked by this?
No.
But isn't it kind of shocking in the sense that he isn't like Gene Simmons, who admits to all this stuff? He's kind of a guy who's shocked even to hear the word sex, let alone to even think about it.
Power is the ultimate aphrodisiac, and I don't mean AFRO.
Right.
Like Aphrodite. And women anywhere around the world are always attracted to powerful men in powerful positions.
But did you think David was acting on it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, come on. The suit is he's very coiffed. He comes out with a 3-piece suit and stuff and looks great, and the jokes are very reserved. He's got to let out someplace. I bet you he puts on masks and gets out there and has a whoopee of a good old time.
You think he's into some wild stuff?
Of course.
Probably anal. Who knows? What should Letterman do now, Gene? You're a guy, a marketing guy. You're a guy who understands show business. What should Letterman do
I
now?
think you should sue the pants off this guy who tried to blackmail him, of course.
He's going to definitely go to jail, I would think, the guy who tried to blackmail him. I don't see how he's going to get out of that.
And he should.
Right.
Of course.
Have you ever been blackmailed?
It happens all the time.
How do you blackmail Gene Simmons?
Well, you make up a crazy story, and then you put it out in the press. And then once it's out there, it's like being in front of a jury and saying something about, the person you're questioning, and then the judge is saying, please disregard that. Really?
You've been blackmailed?
Oh, all the time.
Give me an example of when you were blackmailed.
Children that aren't mine, of course. Happens all the time. And we have full-time legal, and I'm saying, that's fine. Listen, I'm happy that you say there's a child someplace that's mine. I would certainly do my fatherly duties. Please let's get together, arrange. I'd like to meet the child. I'd like to take my DNA and yours and do the right thing. And they never show up. But then we go after them. We find them, we hunt them down, and do frivolous or blackmail.
Are they women that have actually had sex with you, or are they women who just
Sometimes it's not women. Sometimes it's a guy who puts up... one of his girlfriends or somebody to see if they can get some money out of Gene Simmons.
Do you have any kids outside of your relationship with
Shannon?
Absolutely not.
You do not?
No, we have...
You were blackmailed over your sex tape, right?
Oh, it happened all the time. Did you get blackmailed over yours?
I don't have one.
Howard.
What?
Okay, I'm not playing this game. It's your show. As a guest on your show, I wouldn't go there.
If there was a sex tape of me, no one would believe it.
How many times have you been in Scores?
Oh, many times in
You're the
Scores.
king of all media.
Sure, many times.
Are they taping you in
And how many
Scores?
times have the girls... It's called a cell phone. And how many times do they come over to you, Howard?
All the time.
Okay.
So then there is a sex
You're a married
tape. You're
man.
right.
I respect your institution.
I haven't gone
Your
to-
wife's name is...
Beth.
Of course. And you're saying there's no kiss connection, right? You keep talking about the Ramones and your wife's name's Beth.
You stay away from my wife.
She's a gorgeous woman.
That's right. Well, I don't trust you for a
gay.
minute. Hey, listen, the new single is called Modern Day Delilah, which is from the Kiss's new album, Sonic Boom. It's available today exclusively at Walmart and Sam's Club.
Hey, the Sonic Boom album isn't just a single record. You put your $12 down and you get a 3-disc, in essence, box set. You get the brand new album, produced by Paul, by the way, and a second disc of the band right here, right now, doing 15 more songs.
Did you write these songs?
We co-wrote about half the album, and Tommy Thayer wrote When Lightning Strikes, and both Tommy and Eric sing the first songs on the record. And there's a third disc. There's the live DVD of the Buenos Aires Stadium in Argentina, which we just did in April.
And Kiss is currently on its Kiss Alive 35 tour, and for tour dates, go to kissonline.com.
Well done.
All right. Thanks, Gene.
You're a powerful and attractive man, Howard.
Thank you. I appreciate that, as you are as well.
Okay, bye.
All right, Gene. Later. There he is, Gene Simmons.
All right.
Very...
It's got a lot of advice.
How many
There you
people,
go.
how many guys out there, Howard, you think make about 50 G's a year would spend $1,500 to meet?
I don't know. I mean, you see, Gene was trying to make some sort of analogy between what I earn from Sirius
Right.
and what he does.
Yeah, but he could only compare what he does on stage or gets for records, because that's his real business.
Yeah, I mean, I listen, Gene can do whatever he wants with Kiss, but I think it does sort of lessen what you are to sell backstage for $1,500 or to sell a sponge or a T-shirt too
but
much.
It doesn't seem to have dampened their fans' enthusiasm for them in any way.
No, it hasn't. And maybe I'm just an uptight asshole who doesn't think... my career, I never thought it was a good idea to sell all that stuff to the fans. I would sell things from time to time that I thought had some merit, but, maybe a DVD or a tape collection or something like this. But I don't know. I disagree with, for my career, I don't put down Gene for it if he wants to go sell all that
yes,
shit.
you do.
Okay, a little bit. All right, a lot. But anyway, that's Gene Simmons.
But he's no hypocrite, Gene Simmons.
He stands up for it.
He's always
not.
straightforward.
He's straight about it.
I'm a businessman.
He goes, we do not charge our fans $1,000 to come backstage. We charge $1,500.
No, it's not 500. It's 1,000.
Whatever. I mean, it's he doesn't apologize for it. He'll tell you straight off. Remember he had the KISS credit card and they got a nickel for every time you spend. And he goes, everyone go out and spend because KISS will get a nickel every time you use your credit card.
Look, I'm still hung up on the coffin.
Yeah, that was wild. The KISS coffin.
I believe Dimebag Darrell from Pantera was buried in a
Yes,
KISS
he
coffin.
was.
He requested it. Oh, Pittsburgh Pete. I know Pete.
Yeah, Howard, thinking about you again. You're in your 50s.
Right, I'm 55, Pete, and in January 12th, I will be 56 years old, and I can't even imagine it.
Yeah, you're on your way up to close to Ronnie's age. He's going to be 60. And
Well, let's not rush me up to 60 yet, but...
Yeah, it takes a couple of years to get there.
Yeah,
still.
give me a break.
He has a full term of college before he's 60.
Right, it's a lifetime.
I'm 30 years old now, so you're 50. I mean, you're 56.
5.
So what is it like in your 50s? That's what I want to know. Like, are you enjoying your life still?
Pete, I am enjoying my life from the sense that I'm very, very happily married. I enjoy my weekends and time off, and I'm enjoying work more than ever. So it's a great place to be. My kids are older, which is kind of nice. They're doing well. I'm happy to see that. I'm out of the woods in the sense that, you wonder when you have kids, gee, are they going to grow up to be good kids? Are they going to be normal? Are they going to give you a hard time?
Yeah, what kind of adults are these going to be?
So I feel out of the woods. I think they're good kids. They're nice kids. And I love them. And the thing is, so that's a good place to be. I wouldn't want to go back into my 30s or 20s and start over professionally. I like where I'm at in terms of a radio performer. I know how to get behind a mic and do a show and all of that. So all that's good. Listen, I came to a conclusion a long time ago about radio specifically, that the person who doesn't grow or change is dull and remains dull and will never, ever succeed. You constantly have to evolve and change. And I don't mean just from like whether or not you play the dating game on the air. I mean your whole lifestyle, your opinions, your view of the world has to evolve, or else it's a dead issue.
It's a caricature
You're done
at a certain point. You're acting if your life is changing, but your character isn't.
And I know I get criticized. Some people love the Billy West years. Some people love the Jackie years. Some people love the Artie years. Some people love this. They love when I did the Channel 9 shows. But I've always tried to just give you me honestly, and that's the same. And this is what it is. This is what it is. And when people get tired of it, if I sense that my audience is done with me, I will leave.
That will never happen.
Well, there you go, Pete. I like your optimism.
That's never going to happen. There's nothing else out there that's really going to captivate people like your show has. You
know why I'm good on the radio, too? I was thinking about me the other day. Most of my day, I think about me.
That's a surprise. You were thinking about you?
99% of the time, I think about me. And then the other 1% is the rest of you. So I was thinking about my radio career. I was reflecting on it. And it was hard not to, because everywhere in my office is a piece of memorabilia about my career.
You've gotten it to the point where you can't not think about it.
I fully embrace myself. I never used to, but now I do. Every award, everything is surrounding me.
It's like a museum.
It's a museum to me.
The Hall of Howard.
Hall of Howard. Radio Hall of Fame. Because believe me, what else is there? And so I was thinking about me, and the reason I'm good on the radio is A, it's a certain ability, certain talent. That's one thing you got to have. B, there's 4 things you got to have. B, what was A again?
A was that you got to have a certain talent.
You got to have a certain ability. B, you got to be...
What is that certain ability? You didn't have it when you first started.
Well, no, it's a certain sensibility about the world, a certain sense of humor, a certain understanding about how to tell a story.
It was in him, though.
It was in me. Yeah. I mean...
Okay, well, what you're saying then
is... your family and the way you're raised.
You had it... I don't know what you're saying.
What I'm saying is that many times I'd be sitting around my family and we had to tell a story.
Yeah.
And my father would say to me, "Stop. It's boring." Now, these were harsh words, but they
fixed you right.
They fixed me. They made me nuts. They made me neurotic. It was mean, but nevertheless, they go, edit yourself. Most parents today listen and indulge every word a kid says. And quite frankly, they're healthier, but they're big bores. You hear some of my callers. They can't even, they do a wind-up for 15 minutes.
Yeah, they can't even get into the story.
They're bores because they've been overindulged and they've been told that everything they say is brilliant.
So what I'm just trying to decipher here is it still is something you learned. It wasn't an innate ability. You say your parents molded you.
Yes, that's true.
I agree.
Well, not just your parents. It's just but there also is it's like a great musician. They have a musical ability. Yes, they had to sit in their room and learn the guitar, let's say, Eddie Van Halen. But there's a certain ear they have and a certain ability to understand music. There is a talent there.
Okay, so then it's 2 separate things.
That's right. It is a physical sort of gift you're born with. B, it's also the way you're raised. That gift could remain dormant. Like if Eddie Van Halen hadn't had certain surroundings, if he hadn't had certain influences in terms of music, it might never have emerged. He might not have felt comfortable enough to encourage that. So it's partly environmental. It's partly sort of what you're born with. A certain ability to speak.
Okay, so you had a certain awareness of the world and a sensitivity and a sensibility toward information and outside events.
For example, my father was in radio. He was an engineer, but I was exposed to this idea of the microphone, people speaking into it. He was also a recording engineer. He had a recording studio.
So that was instrumental.
That's part of it, yes. Instrumental is an okay word to use. That's fine.
You would not have been on the radio without that, is what you're saying.
It's one of the components. That's right. Now, also...
The stars aligned, Howard. It might have been from God. You have to give God a little credit once in a while.
Well, yeah, that's what I call the thing that you're born with. This ability to look at the world and say, gee, Mad Magazine's got the right idea. There's satire there. You have to have a sense of humor and appreciation. Sense of humor has to be cultivated by your environment, but also you have to have that ability. It's sort of an ability somewhere inside of you.
Yeah, now there's another thing. Where does sense of humor come from?
Well, as Pete puts it, if you believe in God or if you believe in the universe, nature, whatever it is, or the genetic sort of soup that we come from, it's just sort of something that's there. Like Beethoven had his musical thing, and it came out early.
That's how Artie made it to the point where he's at now.
Well, hold on. We'll get to Artie. Artie's a whole nother case. Artie defies.
I also think it has to do with the atmosphere. It's a combination of being born with it and the atmosphere you grow up in that develops.
That's correct. Now, the third component, which is essential in any success story. Now, I don't care what you apply this to. Pete, what do you want to be in life?
What do I want to be in life? I'm not even sure at this point.
All right, okay.
Well, we were specifically talking about you. Said you were thinking about
But here is the other...
And these 4 things.
Here is the essential component. You talked about the essential component. Here's the third thing is the essential component. And that is... I want to see who's paying attention at this point.
He's making it up right now.
No, I'm not. I'm going to tell you what it is.
All right.
It is having the ability to practice. Now, what do I mean by this?
Oh, you read this in a book a few weeks ago.
I read some of Outliers, and I responded to it, but some of this is my own thoughts all along. Outliers says 10,000 hours are required to be an expert. Now, I've never added up the hours, but the hours of me watching television, listening to Brad Crandall on the radio, putting this together, seeing my father, and then actually having the time to develop this. WRNW, I was working a 6-hour shift 6 days a week. And I got hours and hours of practice in college. I go down to the college radio station and start to practice. I started to practice all over the country what it is I wanted to do. Now, it's no different than when you talk to a guitar player who spent his entire childhood playing the guitar in his room over and over and over again. There are guys who have done that and never succeeded. They're okay guitar players. But the ones who have this, as I say, born talent, it comes out. But they have to put in the hours of practice.
Well, there are different levels of this born talent.
That's right.
Even the guy who doesn't play as well as Eddie Van Halen has a born musical talent.
That's right.
He's better than me at picking up a guitar.
Howard, you completed all the requirements that it took to get to where you're at.
Yes, but you didn't even
hear
the fourth requirement.
4.
You don't know what the fourth requirement is. I told you, thousands of hours of practice.
This guy will never complete anything.
Well, he wants to be a professional pot smoker.
ADD.
His ADD. He wants to be a professional marijuana user.
He wants Adderall.
Right. He's on his way to his 10,000 hours of practice.
He's on his way to his 10,000 Adderall.
The fourth thing, and I think this is very, very important, is being born in the right time frame. Now, this is something from Outliers, and this is a key component. When you hear about Bill Gates, who is a huge success, Bill Gates, if you go through his history, actually was born at a time where he had available to him as a kid, because his parents were into some sort of computer science, they knew a guy who could, back then you couldn't even get into a computer lab or get on a computer. When he was born, somehow the circumstances led up to he was allowed free hours, endless free hours in a computer lab where he got to work this stuff out. Him and his friends were like into this thing like crazy. If they physically couldn't get the computer time as children, in other words, he had a certain privilege that you don't have, I don't have. He was in the right place. I had a certain privilege. I got to see my father work with these guys with the microphone. I got to visit the radio station, WHOM. I got to watch the guys work. I was mesmerized. I was mesmerized by this. I got to see something a lot of people didn't get to see. This Bill Gates, when they describe him, he got to do this in a lab. No one did. He got. It was too expensive for people at that time.
Computers were huge things. They didn't fit in people's homes.
Yeah, and I don't know the terminology of what it was he got for free, but it's a certain access to programming that you could only get programming time for an hour, and it was a fortune.
And you wouldn't waste this on a kid.
Right. He was allowed to go in there at night and use it all night and day. And that's what led to it. So it's part luck.
Well, let me ask you something.
Being born at the right time, and part having an ability.
What about these people who are born with nothing?
Well, people who are born with nothing, it appears that they're born with nothing, but it's not always the case. Now, let me give you an example. You sit and you look at professional hockey players. That's what they do in the book Outliers. And the guy points out, he says, everyone in Canada, for Canada's a huge hockey place. And they say, well, why did this guy become a pro? He didn't have anything more than anybody else. Maybe he had some talent, this and that. But it was the mere fact that they were born either January, February, or March. Now, you would never pick up on this, but here's what happens. In the school system, it's a full year. The kids who are born January, February, March are physically bigger. There's huge differences in physicality. You're almost a year older.
Just from January, February, March?
You're almost a year older than someone born in December. And what would happen in hockey, for example, kids would go to school and the coaches would look for some star players.
And they take the bigger kids.
The bigger kids, and also the kids who were older. They were a little more mature. They could understand a little better. They did better in school. They've even found that kids born January, February, March, because they're that almost a year older, they do better in school in the beginning. They get more attention from teachers. Therefore, they thrive a little more, get a little more encouragement, or notice more, and they actually do better at certain things. But the hockey example is one where you are physically bigger. Now, they did find some hockey players who excelled who were born in, let's say, later months. But the majority, the Canadian hockey players, because of the system and the public school system, January, February, March, I think it was something like 70%.
Yeah, but they at least had a hockey system. I'm talking about somebody who winds up
what I'm saying
being
is,
the president of South Africa, born in, what did Nelson Mandela have?
Well, what I'm saying is we don't know that because I don't know the history of Nelson Mandela, but there could be something as simple, Robin, as the day he was born. Because who would pick up on that with hockey?
The day he was born was very helpful.
I said not that, but there are circumstances that lead to somebody becoming great.
Or Dikembe Mutombo, whatever his name is, he was in Africa and they found him as, what in the world?
He was 8'2", Robin.
Yeah, but you still got to go find him. He didn't get here on his own.
Anyway,
it was like
that is why it is difficult to even pluck anyone out and say, here's a radio show. Or here's a TV show. It takes, like we were talking yesterday, they took David Lee Roth, a rock star, a guy who had spent his years practicing that and obviously excelled.
He's a good rock star.
That's right. And they said, go on the radio. Go do a radio show. Well, of course it was destined to fail. We all knew it. For some reason, the radio executives didn't know it.
Yeah, there were tons of people who didn't know it,
right.
Howard, and they had power, and they put him there.
They did. But we all knew it. My audience knew it. You knew it. I knew it.
It would have been like you touring as lead singer of Van Halen.
Exactly. It's funny that David Lee Roth didn't know it. It's funny. I remember interviewing David Lee Roth. I invited him in to say, hey, David's going to take over our morning show. And I remember he walked in with kind of a swagger, and I remember why. I think he was on edge. I think he was thinking that I was going to put him down and ridicule him for taking over our show. And I didn't. I was just the opposite. Every time he sort of got a little confrontational with me, I showered him with love, really. Right. I said, hey, David, I wish you the best. And I think it took him like into
by
surprise. Yes, it took he was like, whoa.
He was defensive.
He was defensive that day. He really was. I remember it very well. And I don't think I'm projecting that. I think he really was.
Oh no, it was absolutely true.
Yeah, and and then when I was just saying to him, hey, I really wish you the best and hope you do well. But and then he kind of in his arrogance said to me, and this is David, in typical David, he says to me, man, I'm used to speaking in front of audiences as big as 300,000 people. You think this is something to me? This isn't a big deal to me. I've been doing this my whole life. And
no, that's not what he said exactly. What he said was, this is the greatest opportunity for me because in a stadium, I could only speak to that many people.
Right.
Now I'm going to get to speak to all these millions of people. And you quietly pointed out that who said there's going to be millions for you?
Yeah, and I tried to say to him that day that you don't just automatically. Yes, millions of people show up to see Van Halen.
Yeah.
This is different. This is you. You're out there. You have a microphone. It's blank space. It's a canvas. And you've got to fill it with something entertaining that your audience will find compelling. And I knew this was a daunting task. I mean, this is not something easily done.
That people would show up for him talking.
Right. And they'd given him a couple of practice shows in Boston, and I guess someone had heard this stuff. And really, David was not prepared. The guy would have needed his, as they say in Outliers, 10,000 hours of practice, really. And who even knows if he has that talent anyway? He didn't. Who knows if he had one of the 4 requirements?
The show was okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen, everyone has a story to tell. I could listen to someone on the radio and tell them what they need to do.
But can they do it? That's the other thing. It's a matter of, can you actually do it?
When I hear someone on the radio, I go, oh, here's how you fix that. But then I go, well, if they're not going to hear that, how are they ever going to fix it?
And you would feel that way towards everybody. That's the thing. You would put your mind beliefs above everybody else's in the world.
Wow.
In radio, yes. In radio, I believe I'm as good as it gets. That's how I really do believe. And I'm not saying it from arrogance. I'm not saying it out of any sort of pompous notion. I don't feel about that way about anything in my life. I go to a psychiatrist 3 times a week and I go, I don't even know how to be. I don't even know how to be a human being.
You don't know how to be you.
I don't even know how to exist. It's pathetic in there. I mean, it really is. You would think that I was an entire mess. But nevertheless, when it comes to this, radio, I mean, I'm as competent and as I am the Beethoven of radio.
Well, I said it early on. I couldn't understand how other people couldn't see how much you knew. And when they were, when we first started, when we were at DC 101, and they would sit in the room and they'd start trying to tell you things, I was like, don't they realize he's the smartest person in this room?
Well, you know what?
Don't they know they should be listening to him?
It led to a lot of frustration. It really did on my part.
I'm sure.
I would go home and sit there and go, why do I would visualize the whole thing, and I'd say, why don't they get this? Why don't they let me loose? I don't get it. I mean, when Pig Virus and Dom Fioravanti and
they were the worst.
And
John Hayes. That was another one.
I mean, all of them. I sat there in a room and I said, this is like it would be as if Eddie Van Halen had to get guitar lessons from me. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Can you imagine people trying to tell Einstein what he should be doing?
Here's what you ought to do with that brain of yours.
Yeah.
I mean, it was that annoying to me. And I don't have this ability at anything else. It's this. I get this. I know what to do with this. Give me a fucking microphone. Give me a room full of my crew. And let the symphony begin.
And that's what Sirius Satellite Radio has been to you, Howard. It's the pinnacle of your career.
I'll tell you why.
You're respected, and you have the power there. You don't got to.
I know. I'm not respected. There's still people who don't believe I know what I'm talking about. Believe it or not.
Who?
I don't have to say names. They still think they know better than me. But I'm going to tell you something. One thing about here, I get more respect, and there's another thing I get. For the most part, I'm left alone. And this is the smartest thing you can do. Every time certain people poke their nose into this and start to mess around with my people, and I hate to be cryptic, but when they start to mess with my people, when they start to offer them jobs, when they start to tell them how to do their job, it is as I look at them as flies who have no conception of what is going on. And I look at them and I go, how dare you question what we're... I don't even mind questioning. Questioning's good. But for God's sakes, what makes you think you know better than we do? Don't come in here and inflict your pain on us. Sure, listen, I'm not above criticism. I know there are things I do that are very boring on the radio. This might be boring on the radio. But for the most part, we're able to hit some home runs out of the park.
And stay around.
And stay around for the party.
There'll be one today.
That's right. Right now, there might not be a home run, but there will be one later. I can almost guarantee it.
You can't hit one every time.
Right. Look, there are no slumps here.
That's right. We come in to do a show. And so, the reason I flourish here is, number one, they have an understanding to leave me alone. And by leave me alone, they're smart about it. They say, listen, we think you know what you're doing.
Here's a tough question. What sense does it make to not promote that you're going to come back to Sirius for no matter how long it is? So people can resubscribe, new people will join on, they're secure that you're going to be there. And we know you know this already.
I don't know what you're saying.
What I'm saying is, why wouldn't you tell everybody, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be around here. The radio show is going to continue.
Because I don't know that that's true. And I'm not going to lie to my audience.
He's claiming you know this already.
No, I don't know. I had a conversation. I had 5 conversations this weekend with my agent.
Mm-hmm. 5?
About this, yeah. Because he claims I'm unavailable to talk to him. I go, it's just the opposite, Don. He's the one that's not in the office on Friday and Monday.
Oh, my God. You can't find him.
I said, listen, I call you as soon as you call me. So we made an appointment to talk, and we got into some really good conversation. And we had 5 conversations about this very topic. Mm-hmm. And I do know what I want to do. I do know, Pete.
Yeah.
But I don't know that Sirius is going to go for it. You know what? If Sirius and I sat down in an easy way and sat down and said, here, let's continue on, it would never be that easy because There are things that I would like to be able to do, and there are things that I want to go and do, and I don't know that they're going to go for it. I have something in my mind where perhaps we could continue here.
They have to go for it.
They don't
have to do anything.
They don't have to do anything. Listen.
You created this.
No.
Look.
I did not. It was here before granted, I think they would have gone. I think Sirius would have been out of business had we not gone.
Look, he created a lot of things in radio,
Right.
and they let him go.
Right. And we see what happens when they let me
well,
go.
they let you go, but they still let you go.
But they do. Listen, I don't know, Pete, if it'll make sense to the company. And I am a loyal supporter of this company. I love this company. I think satellite radio must stay around. I think it's terrific. And I think it's only going to get better. But the fact of the matter is, and by the way, someone said to me, you know how you say amazing on the radio? I say the fact of the matter is way too much. I was criticized for that.
Oh, dear.
But the fact of the matter is that we could possibly be around some more here. But who knows? Pete, if I had the answer and I could tell you, I would give it to you.
Waiting for it.
I don't know that it's going to be so easy to bang out a deal.
Man.
I don't know.
I'll tell you why this show is successful. The fact of the matter is Robin's amazing.
Well, that's right. That's right. You want to know something? And I'm going to take credit for Robin. Full credit.
Full credit.
Because
you didn't give birth to me. Give somebody
everything
something.
but let me tell you something. My ability to recognize Robin's greatness is what we're talking about.
And your
here.
chemistry, absolutely.
That's right.
Well, I recognize the chemistry. Let me take credit for that.
Okay.
Yeah, Robin.
Actually, I take credit for recognizing his genius.
That's right.
Her heart might be broke.
What?
Just not
No.
being around Howard every day. That's going to break your heart.
That
No,
would
I
break
mean,
her
some
heart.
people may not realize I was not going to take the job they were offering me until they played a tape of him. And then I said, I'm taking the job just to meet him because
Yeah,
he's
that's
incredible.
True. That's true.
And that's when you started wanting him sexually.
That was it.
How many years have you been pining away from me?
Man.
By the way, nobody's taking credit for Benji's contribution.
Oh, Jesus.
No, but that's just the point. Artie being a part of the show, Fred, Benji. These are people that I've chosen to work with, and they've chosen to work with me. And these are all good people, and that's part of it, too. You can't just have some schlubs.
Yeah, don't worry about that, Mo. That's not your responsibility.
I do, as a matter of fact. Or the fact of the matter is...
That's amazing.
That's right.
You've done enough for them.
I have several lucrative offers. I could be on The Real Housewives of Orange County as a fake husband.
There you go.
Fred has a lot of money saved.
Who knows what Fred's up to? No one knows with Fred. How you doing over there, Fred?
I'm doing fine,
Let's get
thank
off
you.
of this topic and move on to
No,
something. How
actually,
are you?
I think
Is
it's
it
pretty
time to
good
check in with Fred?
that you talk about. I think people should be fascinated about what it takes to become a guy at the top.
That's right.
But not everybody has the ability, so why listen?
I don't know. Maybe
They'll just be
someone
disappointed in
maybe
themselves.
someone will be inspired because you're right. Not everybody can do what you do.
Practice.
But practice doesn't do it for everyone.
I told you that's only one component.
But I
Right.
think you also have to love it. I mean, there's one thing that when you hear Howard speak about radio, you hear a passion in his voice.
I don't love it.
I think you do.
Look,
I think
Andre
you're-
Agassi
Fred,
didn't
that
love
wasn't one of the
tennis. He was
components.
really
You're
good
lying
at
to
it.
me.
No, I don't
You're-
love it.
When you said you were 5 years old, you dreamed of being on the radio.
Yes, but I didn't love it. There was a lot of pressure in my life. I didn't love it. And that's part of it,
but
too.
You must love it because in spite of that pressure, you
People
come
who are
here every
great-
day, you did what you did.
No.
Well, if he says he doesn't love it, why are you arguing
He
with
wants
him?
Because I don't
Argument.
think he's aware of it. I don't think he's aware of his love for radio.
Do I love radio?
Hold on, let me find
No.
it. I think you're full
Do
of
I
shit.
what?
I think you love it.
For 25 years, I've sat over here, talked in the mic, played with these pots. What are you talking? I'm here every day. But do you love radio? Do I what? Do you love radio? For 30 years, I write the bits.
30 years.
Lay in bed and think of shit to say. Get up in the morning, eat
I
my
get the
egg
boss.
whites.
Yeah.
Talk to Benji and Fred. Do I love it? Do I love radio?
Not at 5:59 a.m., that's for sure.
I've been going to sleep at 8 o'clock, watching TV and going to bed. Not fucking Beth, making sure I get to sleep. And you ask me, do I love it? What kind of question is this? But do you love it? Do I love radio? All right, thanks, Pete. Good to speak to you.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
On Monday's wrap-up show, we talked about the fact that I caught gout from my diet and doing an extreme pig out over the Thanksgiving holiday. And probably my drinking contributed a little bit to it. And, you know, but getting gout one time in 35 years, I think I got a pretty good track record. So I don't know that I'll change my diet or my drinking habits. If it's another 35 years before I catch gout again, then I think that's pretty good odds. But it's tough. You know, New York is very tempting. It's the greatest city ever. Got the best restaurants, the best alcohol, best bars. So I'm easily tempted. So check it out.
Give us a call to talk about the man seated to my right, who I could smell from over here.
Sure you can.
Can you smell him? I smelled you today, Richard, for real.
Did you?
Yeah, when I walked by, you had, maybe it was your feet, but you had your shoes off, and you had your arm up in the air, and I walked by, and I wasn't being a dick. I caught a whiff.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you know, I probably should reapply some deodorant.
Why don't you just shower?
I probably will this afternoon.
Just put a Wonder Bread bag on your foot and shower.
All right, I mean, you're living with your girlfriend. Why 4 days without showering?
Well, we were at her parents' house, and they have a hot tub, so, you know, I kind of showered in an indirect way in the hot tub.
That, can I tell you something? That's even grosser, because hot tubs, first of all, it's like a giant Petri dish. I have a hot tub, but also when you get out of a hot tub, you reek of either chlorine or bromine or whatever they're using in there. Didn't you smell like the chemicals?
No, I didn't notice it. Maybe my sense of smell is not as strong as everybody else's.
But I always have to shower when I come out of the hot tub.
Well, I did. I think I showered once or twice over the weekend, so it might have just been since Saturday or Friday. When I shower, I don't think, wow, you know, I don't remember it right away, but it's been a few days.
But you're not one of those guys that needs to take a shower every day?
No, not at all. Especially the second day. I'm like, oh, I'm home free. You know, I took one yesterday. The second day is great because I just get to relax.
Wait, so did you not shower when you stayed at her parents'?
Yeah. Well, we went there on Thursday, so I probably Thursday or Friday, yeah.
Yes, you did, or no, you didn't?
He doesn't know.
I think I did.
You wouldn't have showered on Thanksgiving.
I know I did
if you
there
drove
at least
there,
once.
If you drove there on Thanksgiving Day, right?
Yeah.
So you definitely didn't shower when you got there.
I might have. You know, Thursday, like, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
Because I just know if you go to somebody's house on Thanksgiving Day, the house is usually in such an uproar that you're not showering.
It was relaxing.
You should show up clean for Thanksgiving dinner.
All right, and now you have gout?
Maybe. I'm going to see Gary's foot doctor today, and we're going to find out for sure. So.
The woman that cured my my foot fungus. You know, I'm not kidding around. The only other guy I ever knew in my whole life who had gout was one summer I worked as a custodian at my elementary school, and the 70-year-old custodian had the gout.
I know, it does sound like an old person thing,
yeah.
But I had a lot of people that emailed me after I talked about it on the show that said, you know, people in their 20s that had it. It's a big hereditary thing, too.
And what was it you told me you ate again?
Oh, if you eat cherries or drink cherry juice,
what did you eat?
Good.
What did you eat that you think made it?
Oh, you know, I don't want to pin it on one thing because I ate so much this weekend, but I had, you know, I'm sure several pounds of honey-baked ham and lots of turkey, lots of cheesecake.
You told me you had 3/4 of a honey-baked ham.
It was a lot, you know.
Was that the ham that you sent to the office last year?
Yeah, I'm addicted to that stuff. It is the best ever.
I thought it was so funny. Richard sent that ham to the office last year, and a ham for a group of people in an office is an odd thing because it's hard to handle and it's meat. You don't know how long it's been sitting out. And I think Richard was disappointed because he loved it so much. He couldn't believe that we didn't love it as much.
Yeah, well, I think Scott DePace ate a bunch of it, but that was about it.
So do you think the ham really could be the cause of your gout?
You know, I don't want to say. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I'm just, I read on the internet that if you eat a lot of red meat that it could cause that. So I don't.
It's like an old-fashioned disease from another era. Because how many diseases do we start with the?
The gout,
the plague,
and the AIDS, and your limp is pretty bad. I mean, I noticed you walking out of the studio today.
It's very painful, but then again, I could have stubbed my toe getting out of the hot tub. A lot of times you'll hit your foot on something and not think about it, but then you might have hurt it worse than you thought you did.
But stubbing your toe wouldn't make your entire foot become inflamed.
My big toe is mostly what's hurt.
But you said it was the whole foot had sort of
around
grown.
it, yeah. But I think if you hurt your big toe pretty bad, it can swell around it.
Craig in Jersey, you're on the wrap-up show.
John, is this you?
It's me. How you doing, Craig?
Oh, good, thanks. I was just calling to talk to Richard about the gout, man, because I get it. I've had it for years, but I have it under control now. Once you go to the doctor, they're going to prescribe you something called allopurinol, and it'll take care of everything. But when you
somebody told me
shit,
about that one, yeah.
But Craig,
when you have that shit, it hurts so bad you can't even imagine it, man.
Craig,
you can't even put a sheet on your toe.
That's how I am. I, putting my foot into my shoe is like one of the most painful things I've ever done.
Hey, Craig.
Yeah, exactly.
Craig, what do you think it was that you were doing that made you get the gout?
Well, unfortunately, I found out after I got it that my father used to get it, so it was kind of hereditary on my part, but it has a lot to do with drinking and the types of foods you eat. Because what gout is exactly is it's like a disease that crystallizes this folic acid in your blood, and those crystals lodge in the joints of your feet and your ankles, like around your big toe, and it hurts. Like it's I can't even describe the pain. You can't even describe the pain. It hurts like somebody's hitting you with a sledgehammer when you put a sheet on your foot.
Is there a definitive test that he'll take, like a blood test, and he'll know if he has it or not?
You take a urine test.
Okay.
They'll give you a urine test.
Richard, do you have a family history of the gout?
Not that I know of. It's never come up, but I'll probably call my parents today and see.
Hey, Craig, how did you not know that your father had the gout?
Well, he actually died when I was younger.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't aware of it. Yeah. No, he didn't die from the gout, unfortunately.
Now, Richard, will something like this change your behavior? Would you drink less or eat differently because of, such a chronic injury?
Yeah, well, I'm always trying to get healthier. Me and Sal, we go to Hale and Hardy and get salads every day now, and we're trying to eat healthy, and I'm trying to do good, but it's just the weekends that get me into trouble. You know?
Yeah, maybe you should stop trying to put out the mimosa guy out of business at the free brunch.
Wait, when they stop making mimosas taste so good, that's when I'll stop drinking them.
How much did you drink on Thanksgiving?
Well, we watched the parade. We went to a bar right over here on 7th Avenue and had a great, awesome time.
Wait, the parade starts at like 9 in the morning. So when were you drinking?
9 in the morning.
Okay.
Mimosas,
right?
Yeah, but then, we chilled out. We went to my girlfriend's parents' house and didn't really drink there. And believe it or not, I didn't drink much this weekend. I, had a few beers and stuff, but we just kind of chilled around the house and took it easy. But there are times when I do drink a lot.
Well, we're going to talk more about your gout, but you also got a music critique today from Howard. Apparently your drum levels are set too high in the mix, and I don't know if he thought you were the one who mixed it, but when you got that critique, did you agree? How did you feel?
Well, the drums are loud, but that, heavy music, the drums usually are pretty loud, so that's what he heard first. It starts out with a drumming thing, so that was probably what stuck in his mind, but I think the mix sounds awesome. I'm real happy with it. So,
Gary, you think too much drums there?
I thought it sounded exactly like what that kind of music sounds like. It didn't, jump out at me. That's just it's a heavy, exactly what Richard said. It's a heavy drum thing. It started out, Richard's a drummer. You're buying it for Richard.
And Richard is an incredible drummer. You're so fast.
Thank you. Well, when I don't have the gout, I can play some pretty fast double bass. Yeah.
It's sort of ironic that your record's coming out and you can't even drum right now.
Hey, it's Sal Governale, and on Tuesday's wrap-up show, we discussed that Howard is throwing us a real generous Christmas dinner. So I decided, hey, why not return the favor and buy him the gift? everybody was kind of like dumbfounded by it because they didn't think of that, especially Gary. He was like, oh, what? I never thought of that. I can't believe it. You mean if somebody throws me a party, I should return the favor? I gotta think about that some more, so check it out.
What are the benefits now? Okay, I opt into Secret Santa. What are the benefits? How is my Christmas better?
The benefits were that instead of us buying gifts for 30 people, we just buy gifts for
Okay, but I never bought gifts for 30 people.
But this year it's 2 people. We have to buy a gift for Howard as well.
Robin's the only one that bought
Who
gifts
said that we
for
have to buy a
30
gift for
people.
Howard?
Howard's giving us a gift with this dinner, so I would feel obligated to give Howard a gift as well. So
Fred, what do you think about that? Because I hadn't thought about that till the second.
I hadn't thought about it either.
Yeah, what kind of gift are you talking about?
Well, Howard's personally giving everybody a gift with this dinner, so I would feel obligated to return the favor and give Howard a gift.
Should probably sing him a nice song or something.
Well, seriously, what type of?
Give him a chocolate bandit, man.
I have a gift idea in mind, but
like
your
what?
wife?
You could be.
I said a gift, Fred.
You could be Scott. Sal, don't be specific, but what sort of thing are you thinking about?
Technology-wise.
Oh, so not something you've created, like a real actual go out and purchase it.
Not a naked picture of me on his console like I did 2 years ago. He wasn't.
What didn't you give him your semen one year?
Richard did. He put semen in a picture frame.
It's still in his office, by the way.
What do you think is a worse gift, the semen or the tombstone?
The semen, because the tombstone you could use eventually. I mean, you're gonna die.
So were you?
You're gonna. I mean, what? You're gonna die eventually. What are you gonna do with semen?
Gary, were you planning? Were you planning to give Howard a gift?
No, but now he's making me think. I was not planning. I thought that Howard, as the listen, again, like on the Letterman show, he gives the staff a gift every year. Leno gives the staff a gift every year. So I don't know if the whole staff gives Dave or Jay a gift back. I just hadn't thought about it. Anybody? Everyone's quiet now.
Don't know.
I don't think it occurred to anybody but Sal.
Well, John, are you going to give Howard a gift?
Well, now I am.
All right. I'll tell you. If we all agree not to give him a gift, I'm in.
Well, I would give a gift.
Everybody's quiet.
Why don't you just do what you want to do?
Everybody will
That's my
leave. Get
point.
Howard a gift except me. No, I definitely. When Howard decided to do that dinner, I said, you know what? I'm going to get him a gift. I mean, I think that's that's the right thing to do.
Do you think Howard's throwing the dinner because
he wants gifts?
He wants gifts?
No, not at all.
Do you think he'd be
Howard doesn't want
Do you think
gifts.
he'd be disappointed if you didn't give him a gift?
No.
I think if he gets gifts, he's going to feel. I don't know what he's going to feel. Like it could go either way with him. He could be like, I just wanted to do something nice for the staff. Now people gave me gifts, and that's not why I did it. But he could just easily be, God, I'm so generous to the staff. You think somebody would think of me?
So you should just.
And I did.
Don't get Howard a gift. What you should do is just write, your feelings about him on a card. Just lay it all out there, thanking him for a good year.
Why don't you write a letter to God about how you feel about Howard?
What's the difference?
Or a song? Weren't you working on a song one time for him?
Yes.
For the wedding,
right?
Yeah, I was thinking about writing a wedding song. I thought that would have been nice.
Here you go, a little
But I
holiday
wasn't
tune.
invited. No, nothing like that. Look, if he throws a nice dinner, it's very generous, and I thought it would be nice to give him a gift back.
I don't think we asked you this before. Were you surprised that you were included as part of this, or did you expect to be excluded once again?
I think I was questionable, and I made the cut.
What happened? You said this morning that you didn't get an email.
I didn't.
So you haven't officially been invited yet?
No.
Oh, maybe you didn't make the cut.
Go back and
Maybe
double
you slipped
check.
through the cracks.
Yeah, I did. I triple checked.
Laura said she sent it to you, but
could Sal have been left off the list?
No,
Gary?
I don't believe so. But I don't know. I didn't make the list, so I couldn't tell you.
Maybe Howard didn't get the memo.
Hey,
Now,
of
Gary,
of the 90 what are some people on Jason's list? Are they all at the party?
I think I think that the list is very large. I think it goes very wide.
yeah,
Again, I couldn't tell you because I couldn't tell you exactly who's on it, but I think it probably goes pretty wide.
John in Pennsylvania, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, how come all the Jewish people are arguing about Christmas? They're buying one gift, not 8.
What's that, John?
I said, how come all the Jewish people are arguing about Christmas?
You mean the Jews like me and Fred and Teddy?
Steve,
Yeah.
Sal.
We're all
John,
Robin.
Jason Kaplan,
Sal,
everybody.
Governale.
because here
Very
we
Jewish.
here for
No,
whatever
not Sal.
we celebrate
Not
Christmas
Sal,
here.
but Jason come in there. He was like the first one to speak up about it.
Oh, listen, I'm against the Secret Santa, so I guess that's the Jew in me. I don't know what to tell you.
It's ridiculous. You're talking about Santa. You're fucking Jewish.
Well, and it's very intelligent of you to be talking about Santa, buddy.
And John, Jason
like
is the keeper of the list, so it makes sense for him to talk.
I'm in charge of Secret Santa.
Hey, John, for whatever it's worth, Santa's not real.
Yeah, get over it, dude.
Well, next we're discussing whether or not to have a nativity scene this year.
All right, thanks, John, for calling in. Let's go to Vince in Delaware. Vince, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good. Vince, how are you?
Good. We absolutely love the wrap-up show here. And this is one of my favorite times of year when you guys get into the stress of the holidays and what's going to happen with the Secret Santa. But I actually was calling because as soon as this whole thing started getting talked about, I thought the first thing, exactly what Sal thought, like what's going to happen for Howard. I think it puts you guys in a real bad spot because Howard's giving you guys all the party, and I think if everybody brings Howard gifts, he's going to be pissed about it. And if you guys give him nothing, he's going to be pissed about it. Because he just gets pissed. He gets pissed about the holidays when this happens every year, no matter what happens.
So does a gift always require a reciprocal gift? That's the question on the table.
You know what? For Howard, I don't think so. I think he would just like to give you guys something, but you know how's your exchanging going to go? If it's going to happen at that party or in the studio, wouldn't it start feeling odd that Howard's not getting anything back? And then if even one person gives him something, then the rest of you feel like, oh shit, I didn't give him anything. And every year it's something different. And this year is really unique because it's the first year that you all know you're getting something pretty nice from Howard, and he's not in the Secret Santa mix. I think it leaves you guys with a tough decision to make.
I agree, and I think that everyone's going to do their exchanging the last day that we're on the air, so I don't think there's going to be any exchanging going on at the party, but I think that people will show up to the party with something. I think some people will, whether it be like sometimes people just bring a gift when you go to a party, even though it's not a house party. And I think people will start to show up, and I think it will be interesting.
Scott DePace, are you planning to bring Howard a gift?
Well, first of all, are you coming?
Yeah, I'm coming. Of course,
I thought he wasn't going to come.
Yeah, box party.
I got the invite last night, so of course.
Didn't he say early on that he wasn't going to go to a dinner? Did I get that right?
No, you absolutely wrong. You're very wrong, Fred.
Okay.
What I said was I wasn't going to go to a big box type in demand. Not in demand. That's a company I work for now. Their Christmas parties.
How many people
were horrible?
How many people would you say would constitute a big box party?
It's not the people. It's the room. It's the buffet. It's the people that I don't know. It's the bad disco music. That's what I wasn't into.
Okay,
but
so this party isn't supposed to be a box-type party, so I assume you're going to attend.
Absolutely.
Okay, will you bring a gift for the host?
That's a good point. I haven't even thought about it. I usually get Howard something, but he usually throws it out. So, I don't know. I'll have to think.
See what you did, Sal?
I got people thinking. First time ever.
Well, I know the last gift I got Howard.
Ronnie, I'm sorry, Jason. Ronnie, what were you trying to say? Get on a mic.
No, I was just calling Sal a stupid fuck for starting shit as always.
How did I start anything?
Right away, you got to start. Oh, I got to bring him a gift.
Well, the guy's giving us a gift every year that Howard is.
Yeah, but he's trying to say thank you. That's all he's trying to do.
I'm saying thank you back. It's a generous. It's a generous offer.
He's shit and throws it in the garbage.
That's what. Why don't we go together? All right. Well, listen. If you don't want to get Howard a gift, you don't have to.
I get him a gift, but I'm on a different level with him. Okay,
you're on a different level with everybody.
Personal with him.
You're
right?
2.5 feet high.
We have a different thing going.
Yeah, Ronnie protects him from people like you.
Well, I work here now, so it's a little different.
I've always gotten him a gift, no matter what. Secret Santa, Schmata, whatever. I always get him a gift.
Okay,
even if he likes or he doesn't like.
So
it.
then, I'm the stupid asshole for doing something that you do every year.
Yeah, because you're just,
you're
just trying to kiss ass.
I'm not kissing ass. The guy is spending a lot of money for a dinner, and I feel it'd be the right.
So everybody take him to dinner.
Have you gotten a gift?
If you feel that's fine, I'm in with it. I'm down for that. I just thought that the guy he's spending a lot.
He doesn't like gift certificates, so you can't give him one to go to dinner.
All right,
and he won't go to dinner with you.
So now
He
dinner's
won't,
out.
he won't use the gift certificate.
Okay, so Ronnie called me an asshole for suggesting that I give Howard a gift, but then Ronnie says he gives Howard a gift. Then Ronnie says, why don't you throw him a dinner? I say it's a good idea. Now Ronnie's saying that probably won't work because he doesn't accept gift certificates.
He didn't.
No, I said throw him a dinner.
All right, throw him a dinner. Fine.
Go ahead. Come on, organize it.
I'm not organizing shit.
Why not?
I was just thinking that it would be the right
He
thing to
doesn't
do.
want your stupid gift. He's going to throw it in the can.
Sal, Ronnie's giving a gift because it's more of a personal thing, I guess. Right. Yours would be more of a work-related thing. Is that what you mean, Ronnie?
Holy shit, can you guys twist something around?
No, you're just an ass kisser.
The guy, I'm not an ass kisser. The guy's throwing a party. He's spending a lot of money. That is his Christmas gift.
So bring him a
to
box
us.
of cookies. Like you're going to somebody's house.
Did I say what I was getting him?
Yeah, some electronic or some
That's right.
technology.
There's something that he
What
mentioned.
the fuck are you going to get him?
There's something that he mentioned
This
a long
guy has
time
every
ago.
Fucking thing you can think of. What kind of technology are you going to get him?
Something to mute your fucking car show.
What?
That's what.
Come on, what is it?
I'm not. If I say it, it won't be a gift.
What do you mean it won't be a gift?
I'm on the air, you stupid idiot.
So what?
I'm not going to. I'm not going to
know
expose
what the gift is.
No, I'm not.
Howard
gonna,
said what his gift was.
I'm not going to expose
Yeah, right.
it.
Howard said what his
I'm going to write it down and give it to Gary.
I'd be curious because I would bet the farm that you're.
I just hope he doesn't own it, but I don't have the balls to email Beth and ask her like I used to do because I'll get in trouble for it.
I would bet the farm that.
So now I'm fucked across the board, and I got Midget the Clown over here telling me what I should do and shouldn't do.
Boo-hoo.
All right.
Let's all cry for you.
All right, so Sal, write it down and show it to
write it
Gary.
down.
He could give you.
Step away, Jace. Let him do this.
How do I word this?
Oh, God. Can you imagine?
Maybe the gift is that whatever you're writing
a
down.
remote control dildo.
Maybe the gift is that whatever.
IPOD.
Okay.
Listening, just say it.
All right, Sal. As Sal writes this down, Fred. I mean, Sal's heart's in the right place here, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Thank you, Fred.
Ronnie's speaking for me. Now, I don't know. I mean,
Howard,
Sal has brought
Gary
up a valid
Howard's
point,
mentioned
and
this
I
in the
think
past.
We'll all have to, review it on our in our own hearts.
Do you know what that is, Gary?
Yes.
Okay.
He's so disinterested in it.
Hey, what's up? This is Jason, and on Wednesday's wrap-up show, the guys were all giving Lisa G a hard time because she said she didn't have time to sign autographs in the hall, and everyone was calling bullshit on it. I said, Lisa, how can you not have time to freaking just take 2 seconds out of your life to sign an autograph? I mean, it's ridiculous. Anyone can do it, especially when she's asking these fans to buy her $25 cookies. So we all called her bullshit. She denied it. You decide for yourself. Check it.
I know Lisa's very busy. We have her. Thank you, Lisa, for making the time. Lisa,
you're welcome.
Lisa,
no, I am.
Lisa came in at the end, and a conversation about why you wouldn't sign somebody's book or take a photo.
No one ever believes anything I say anyway, so I just feel that I'm caught in the middle, that I can't do anything right, and then I'm in the hallway, then I get yelled at, and then Ronnie says, no, you're not in the hallway, but you say hello to this person.
Lisa, I disagree with you on this because I think that the rules are pretty clear. Don't nag celebrities. Everybody else is fine to talk to. And so I thought that the guy that wanted you to sign his book, it really... I'm on the side of Ronnie in the sense it was like I'm producing the show. I am extraordinarily busy during the show. I walked by, the guy standing there, book, pen in hand. Could you sign my book? I go, sure. It probably took 15 seconds.
I've been scolded at for standing in the hallway with fans. You know,
but a guy, putting yourself into a situation where you don't belong, probably not good. A guy says, "Can you sign a book? Can you take a picture?"
And the woman who came up here, I was telling Howard this, who was downstairs with the camel toe thing. She said, "Can I take a picture with you?" And in this case, I said yes, and then I got scolded.
By who?
By Ronnie. Clear the hallway. So it's like I can't win either way.
Well, wait, no, hold on. There's a difference between clear the hallway. And you have to again. I would love to get Ronnie in here because I'd love to guess at what was going on. But hold on, if 50 people are in the hallway, if the TV camera's in the hallway and you're in the hallway, and 50 people are in the hallway,
it wasn't 50 people. And he also walked out of the green room that he was in. I had to make a split decision. It was nothing against him. I had to make that split second decision.
But what's the big decision? Just sign it. There's
well,
nothing
from now
to
on I
decide.
will. From now on I will. In the hallway, in a green room, I'll do whatever.
Well, it takes seconds, is what I'm saying. It took you more time to say no than it did to do it.
Lisa, do you feel like you're getting mixed signals from Ronnie? Is that what's confusing you here?
There are mixed signals in the hallway. Yes, there are. Mm-hmm.
And so you have to make judgment decisions based on what's happening at that time period.
And also I know Ronnie gets upset when fans leave the green room that they've been assigned to, and I was in the other green room across the hall.
And then you would have walked across. I was in the hallway. He said, could you sign my book? So I stepped into the green room and I signed it.
Lisa,
I didn't lure him into the hallway.
No, I was in the green room opposite.
Right, so walk across.
No, he walked into the green room where I was I was sitting.
All the more, just sign it real quick. He's already there. You can't stop him.
But I'm telling you, I made the split decision.
Was any
second
part of your
decision.
decision because you didn't want to sign it?
I thought it was just Gary and John.
Was any part of your decision? Was any
too.
part of your decision?
He's sort of like the Lisa G of our Ed and Dre.
Roll call. Was any part of your decision because you didn't want to sign it?
20 after, Ben.
No, I made that split-second decision.
But, so now, what about because afterwards, when Ronnie took the book around,
we can talk.
But wait,
about
Lisa,
this for
afterwards,
10 minutes.
Ronnie took the book around.
I didn't get a chance to come back here. I was jammed all
So did
morning.
Ronnie ask you afterwards if you'd sign it?
Did Ronnie? No.
I thought he said he would.
No, no one saw me.
Will you
afterwards.
sign it now?
If he wants to come back, I'll sign it now. But I'm not going to be here long today.
Now, what about the guy saying that you wouldn't take a picture? I mean,
I don't remember who that was, honestly.
he was one of the superfan contestants.
There were
that
3
day.
superfan contestants. A woman who won, another guy who was
Gina?
She was the winner.
She
but
was the winner.
It was the young guy, Matt.
There were 2 guys. One was younger and had a thick Boston accent. From Haverhill.
Well, that's funny. I don't remember. I'm so sorry because my family's from Boston. Of course, I'd remember someone from Boston.
Well, regardless of whether you remember or not, do you have an issue taking photos with people?
No,
you were
I'm
being
telling-
accused of having an attitude.
I'm telling you, no. If I'm in the hallway, I can't do anything right. I'm in the hallway. Get out of the hallway. You're in the wrong green room. Get out of the wrong green room. I'm not making these things up. I've been scolded at. They're out of the green room. Get in the green room. You're in the hallway. Get it. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to play it safe.
So you feel like you can do no right no matter what you do.
Yes.
Now, do you think that, Howard implied that maybe you feel you're a little too,
No, that's
like you're
not it.
above or you have some type of attitude? Or
No. If anything, I was trying to explain that I have the utmost respect for, let's say, someone like Artie. It's his book signing, and people are asking me to sign his book.
But you're a part of Artie's life.
And I understand that, but at the same time, like I was explaining today, I had to get back to do my work
Well,
here.
that's different. That's one thing. But do you feel funny signing? Would you feel funny signing Artie's books?
I do. It's his book signing. It's his
no,
book.
not. But people are interested in you because you're a part of the show. Listen, Will and Jason signed that guy's book
Right,
yesterday.
well-
They weren't even. I think Jason was in high school.
I was
when Howard
11 years old when
Right,
that book
but
came
the
out.
thing is, I thought it was just you and John.
No, but you're a part of the show, is what I'm saying. So, listen, people ask me to sign all sorts of. I've been asked to sign
Right, well,
Jackie's
now,
album.
Look, now it's been made very clear that it's okay that I can sign someone's
She
book.
got a little bit of Sal in her. She doesn't know what it is until somebody tells her what it is. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's not it. If anything, I'm trying to put Artie first. It's Howard's show.
Well, Lisa, let's say, using the Artie example, let's say Artie had already signed the book. And then somebody came over to you and say, "Hey, Lisa, would you mind signing this?" Would you have an issue then? Like, I can understand if the book is completely unsigned
Yeah, that's
and they only.
happened to me, and that's like, oh my God, that's a little weird.
What?
It's not my
What's
book.
weird?
If someone brings me, let's say Artie's book, could you sign this book? Or
Here's how I look at it. Artie's book at least has a connection to the show. A blank piece of paper has nothing to do with anything. If somebody handed you a blank piece of paper,
No,
would
we're
you sign
talking
it?
about a book.
If somebody handed you a blank piece of paper and said, "Lisa, I want your autograph," would you sign it?
Yeah.
Okay. Artie's book has a connect. You have a connection to Artie. That's a connection to the show. A blank piece of paper is just a blank piece of paper. I understand why somebody would ask you to do that.
Jason, what did you want to say?
That's what, unbeknownst to you, Lisa, and the rest of the audience, I got Gary to autograph my book for me while the show was on, just to demonstrate how easy it is to sign a book.
I have to call her out on something. I was listening to this in the car just now. First of all, Lisa, I'm not calling you a liar, but you are a big fibber. You fib a lot.
I do.
You fib.
Isn't that the same?
Yeah, no, it's not quite a lie.
Lie is
okay?
more malicious. Fib is sort of sweet, but still a lie.
Yeah, because I don't throw you out of green rooms. I ask you to leave when I have a guest coming into a green room. I don't tell you to get out.
I'm not
I say
saying
I
you're
need
telling
the
me.
green- I said I
you weren't
need the
listening.
green
I
room.
said you tell.
I was listening.
You tell that to the fans who leave
And
the
then here's
green room.
another thing.
Who try and
The
talk to me
guy
because
with
I've
the
been sitting in.
book. The guy with the book.
You
okay?
weren't there when he asked me to sign it.
I was there.
You
I was
were
standing
not.
right in the hall, in the aisleway, right in the hall.
Right, and what did I say
And
to
I heard
him?
you say to him, "I can't do it now."
I said I'd sign
and then
it
the guy
after
goes
your
to
segment.
me like he shakes his head and he throws up his hands like, "Why can't you
I
sign
don't
it?"
want to go over this
I don't know.
over
but
again.
Here's what really gets me: why you're a fibber. Okay.
Okay.
Here it is. You stood in there and you talked to the guy about some group called Mensa or something.
He's in Mensa.
And you couldn't have fucking signed his book
He didn't
while you were
ask me to
standing
sign
there.
it then.
He had already asked you to sign
No,
it.
he did not.
Yes, he did. That was
No.
after the fact already.
No, he
yes,
did
See,
not.
this is how you fib.
Well, that's not. I don't
You're
remember that
either
part.
out of your fucking senile, either one.
Maybe. Guys, I have got to go. Okay.
All right. Thanks, Lee. I've got a couple of questions for you. Where you going?
A signing.
Yell him out, Ronnie. Yell out a question.
Yeah. Well, what's the best thing you did? A hand job or a blow job?
On Thursday's wrap-up show, all the talk was about John Stamos, who said he's struggling to find his Beth, and we'd all love to have his struggles because he's such a good-looking guy. And then he also revealed that Ashley Olsen was into Howard as well. So whenever Stamos comes on, there's lots to talk about. And you really want to hate the guy because he's so good-looking and gets all these girls and whatever, but he's one of the nicest guys and he's a great guest. And here's how that conversation.
I wonder if Stamos expected to be introduced like that when he walked into the studio. I think I might have pulled it.
He was in the bathroom. That's always the funniest thing too. He was in the bathroom. We have a speaker that's in the bathroom, and so he was just coming out of the bathroom. What did Howard say? What did he call him? A cocksucker?
Yes, a cocksucker, maybe a dirtbag a couple of times, and here's John. But John spoke about him, like his desire to find his Beth, looking for the right woman, and Howard sort of poo-pooed that and felt like John was making excuses.
Well, I think what Howard was saying is that there have been plenty of Beths. John just wasn't in the mood to be attached, and I wonder if he's in the mood to be attached now. I mean, I think that I don't think he's being disingenuous so much as you get to be an age where it almost gets creepy if you start dating girls that are way, way younger than you, and so I think in his mind he would like to be attached, but I think if push came to shove, I think he still likes being single.
Well, I mean, he still looks pretty young,
yeah,
too.
And he's a young guy. How old is John? Is he like 42, 46? Good for him, man. We're 2 years apart. Hard to tell.
And Robin says that off the air, Stamos said he would bang her, and she said no because of his track record, and the numbers are just too high. I don't think anybody believed her, did you?
No, and then somebody brought up the Jim Florentine thing, right?
Which is?
Jim had some numbers.
That's true, and it didn't dissuade.
And listen, I love this because I think Jim's the greatest guy in the world, but I think Jim came on the show one time, and I think the story that got him on our show was that he was banging a girl at a Russian girl at a comedy club over the toilet, and her foot went in the toilet and hit his head on the wall. You know what I mean? So those are some of Jim's numbers.
Right. So if Florentine didn't dissuade her, then why would Stamos? Plus, Stamos is, I would imagine, is somewhat of a conquest for any woman.
I wonder if it's not. I wonder if that's intimidating.
The numbers?
No, the person. You know, in other words, we'd all love to bang Carmen Electra, but given the opportunity, it's. I would still do my very best, but it's intimidating.
If Carmen Electra wants to bang you, something tells me you'd step up to the plate.
I would, but I'm saying I would totally step up to the plate. But wouldn't you be intimidated?
More in awe than intimidated, I think.
Well,
I know what you mean. Like, oh, my God, look at this.
I would, believe me, it wouldn't slow me down a nanosecond, but I would still be intimidated.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought Robin might have been making an excuse because of an uncomfortable moment with John there. And we've talked about this before when Stamos comes on. He's a good-looking guy. He does really well. You really want to dislike the guy, but he's one of the most charming and nicest people. And one of the things he does, which I always respect him for, was he says hi to everybody.
Yeah.
He's really just sort of a regular guy.
And it's funny. He loves coming on the show, and I don't think he ever sees his value on the show. And afterwards, like as soon as he got up, he goes, "That was boring, right?" I go, "No, not at all. You talked about a lot of cool stuff." But he's very self-deprecating, very down to earth.
And he also revealed that Ashley of Mary-Kate and Ashley is really into the show.
Yeah.
And really into Howard, apparently. And Howard said, yeah, he's into Ashley, but not really into Mary-Kate. Is that possible? Can you be into one Olsen twin, but not the other?
I haven't a clue which one is which. I have to tell you, I mean, I was watching when they were little kids. I've never, studied them the way some of the guys on the show have. I don't know which one is which. In fact, today was the first time I knew that Ashley was the one from Weeds. I knew one of them was in Weeds.
No, Mary-Kate was in Weeds.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, then I don't. Do you see what I know about?
Well, Mary-Kate has become the more sort of earthy, and Ashley isn't that way.
I would say I sat across from them. I had a meeting in an office in New York 3 years ago, and they had a meeting in the same office, and we sat right across from each other, and I didn't know which one was which.
How old are they now?
I guess they got to be 24.
In their
25.
20s?
I'll look them up.
But does it still feel like taboo when you talk about them like that?
Only if you're their TV father.
And John, he's very protective of them, even to this day.
You know, Ralph has brought this up a bunch of times, and you really can see this from when you see them do everything in the press. But they really are a TV family. You know, they really are one of those shows where everybody appears to have liked each other. And yeah, John does seem a little protective. Okay, they were born in '86, so they're June of '86 or 23.
I don't like how Kimmy always gets left out these days, you know? Ryan in Akron, you're on the wrap-up
Which
show.
one's Kimmy?
Gibbler, the next-door neighbor. The annoying friend of, whatchamacallit.
DJ.
Thank you.
The skinny one, the skinny one with the funny face? Yeah.
Yes.
There's a whole thing. They had a big party on the set when it was time for her to go to her prom, and they sent her off like that was her family. I'm telling you, they love all of them.
Well, I don't know if Gibbler's part of that, but we'll see. Ryan, what's going on?
Yeah, I was calling about Robin not banging Stamos, and I only think that wouldn't happen because John would tell. John's dedication seems more to the show than it would be to a relationship.
So
I think he would give up all the goods to Howard.
So that's you bring up an interesting issue, Ryan. If Robin banks Stamos, would Robin tell Howard? Would Stamos tell Howard, or would no one tell Howard?
No one,
Robin doesn't tell Howard anything.
No one would tell at first, and then one of them would crack. And I don't know how it would go down. I would have to think Stamos would say something first. You know, it all depends on your performance. You know, if Robin thought it went really well, she might spill the beans first.
That's a good point.
Could be.
All right, Ryan, thanks for calling in. There's also when John's in there with Howard, and John went to tell that story, and Howard immediately is like, well, I got one on you. And you, like, every time they're there, you always wonder what that conversation would really be and what stories they know about one another.
I know, but my favorite story of the day is that Howard spent the whole day with Rebecca and nothing happened.
Yeah,
I believe it, but that's a dull story.
Well, that story's never gone away. I mean, it's been around for a while. It seems like it'll never go away.
No, you're talking about two different stories.
I'm talking about the one where he babysat her.
Oh, and yeah, well, you're right.
And I totally believe that, but I think that's funny.
Benji, when Stamos comes in, we were talking before, Robin made the comment how she would never bang him because of his numbers. And do you believe her?
Well, I think that's her. Yeah, I think she's giving an honest reaction. I don't know if in the moment she wouldn't, although she says he seems to at least been flirting with her about it. But I think she's being honest. Yeah, I mean, why? You know, she's definitely made herself available to certain guys here, so why not? You know, him if she really liked him.
And she made it a point of revealing that it was off the air that he asked her about this. It wasn't on the air, you know, but she made that decision. I don't know.
Whatever happened to the young kid that remember Robin was friendly with the kid that came on the air that liked her?
Oh, the younger, the blonde guy.
Yeah, like the 25-year-old.
You saying Stamos is too old for Robin?
I'm saying that guy probably has way less numbers. Maybe that's what she likes about it.
That's true. Well, hopefully we'll find this out. Nick in Lake Tahoe, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, John, how you doing?
Good, Nick.
Hey, do you think John has Wilt Chamberlain numbers on women that he's been with?
All right, let's break that down for a second, because Chamberlain said 2,000, right?
No, I think it was
20,000.
Put another zero on that.
20,000? No, I don't think he's got Chamberlain numbers, but I'll say, 365 days a year. I'm going to give John at least a third of that a year. So I'll give him around. So I'll say 120 a year. He could have Chamberlain numbers. You know, he could. If you give him 120 chicks a year.
He's 46.
He's 46, and he really probably started getting laid when he was like 16. By the time he was 18, he was on network television.
Okay.
So he could have Chamberlain numbers.
Okay, I got one more question for you.
Although you do have to put into account he was married, and in a couple of
he said he had a couple long-term
relationships. So he would either have not to been monogamous or have would have had to really do a lot to make up for it. So I'm now taking it back. Not Chamberlain numbers. Chamberlain numbers only if he'd been single the whole time.
Okay, I asked him today how many women was he with one time in one day, and he got kind of squirrely on that question, and he couldn't really answer it. Could you guys see him or his expression on his face? He couldn't really answer it. Did you guys answer that?
Nick, I wasn't looking at the monitor at the time, so I genuinely can't answer it. But I would have to imagine, here's the deal. John is in Bye Bye Birdie. He was on the show ER. He's in the Beach Boys. And John has, as a general rule, even though he dates a lot of women, there's women. He's a good guy, so I don't think he wants to start telling you that he had 9 women at once.
All right, Nick, thanks for calling in.
And I don't know that's what I'm just making that number up. I'm saying if that were the case.
Yeah, I didn't see his reaction. Benji, did you catch anything?
Yeah, I think he was being honest. Like, I'm sure it's happened. Just if you say in a 24-hour period, I'm sure he's had sex with one girl and then within 24 hours he's had another. But
I'm sure of that. I was wondering if it was way more than that.
Oh, really?
Like I was thinking if it was 3 or 4 to 24-hour period.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happened too, but I don't know that he was really worried about that coming out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that number was high either.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that he doesn't want to sound like he's bragging about because he thinks it makes him come off.
It's so great when you have to claim you didn't have sex with a girl and no one believes you.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
So on Monday's wrap-up show, Benji got criticized about his girlfriend's behavior at the Christmas party, and he denies anything happened, which is total bullshit. Everybody saw it, supposedly. I didn't actually see it, but I was part of it because she was on top of me. She was dancing. She was dirty dancing with me, okay? Man up to it, accept it, and get on with your life like everybody else does around here. Check it out.
Now, before Gary was asking me if I thought that Benji's date behaved appropriately at the party, how would you answer that question?
She was great, man. Very appropriate.
Very appropriate.
For that party, very appropriate. I know a lot of the women weren't crazy about it, but the guys were.
You got some feedback on some? Not
Me?
so
I didn't get any feedback. I just heard a lot of rumors that a lot of the women were upset.
Really? I wasn't getting any of that.
Yeah, I didn't hear that either.
I did. I heard from a few of the older crowd.
I mean,
for you, that's old. You mean 70 and up?
Not in my mind, motherfucker.
Can you be more specific?
Nah, I'm not going to give any names.
Did anybody?
To the best of my knowledge, that would only be Jackie.
No.
Benji, did you get that feeling from anyone at the party?
No, but if they did, I mean, she's a very pretty girl, and sometimes women get jealous of each other. So I hope that didn't happen, but.
Yeah, I wasn't offended. Or anything. I just thought, gosh, for this party, I might lay a little low, especially when you knew all eyes were going to be on you. And I think you love the drama too, Benji.
I do like drama.
I think
he loved every minute.
I think you love walking that tightrope of maybe getting in trouble. You just you like the drama.
I'm sure I do like some drama. There was stuff that happened before the party that I didn't like.
What do you mean?
Just all the tension about it, I didn't like.
But see, I think that is part of you don't like it.
Yeah,
but
I can see
if there's a certain excitement.
Yeah.
Instead of going to a party and just sitting in the corner, there's now an edge.
You're right. There probably is. That's probably partly true.
Yeah, I mean, the wrap-up show that day before the party, you were a little, when she called in, and everybody was getting on your case about it.
I didn't like that. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was exhausted that day, and I felt bad about how.
But she called in by her own choice. She wasn't forced to call in.
Right.
Okay. JD, what do you want to say?
I just want to say my favorite part of the moment I'll always remember of Benji and his date is, and by the way, his date likes to grab her vagina or have her hand on her vagina. It was on there a lot. I don't know what that is.
No, it is true because everyone said they saw it.
But
did you see it?
I did not, but I was not looking for her. I have to tell you, I didn't go and say.
She was probably trying to keep.
I also didn't see Pam DePace touching her vagina, but I wasn't looking.
This girl looked like she had to pee the whole time. But my favorite part was during the karaoke. It got crazy. It got so crazy. There were like booths like behind them, and I just know that her ass ended up in the air, bent over this booth so you could see her thong, and Benji was still trying to sing this song. It looked like he was doing her from behind.
Well, that wasn't intentional. That was.
I accidentally pretended to fuck her while everyone's
No, I wasn't trying. I wasn't trying to simulate that.
There was a little hanky-panky going on, though, right?
No, there really wasn't. That's what people said. They really
sure look like it.
Yeah, actually, I pulled that clip. If this is Howard asking Benji what was going on at the party, hit one, Ted.
The best was Benji and his date, because Benji's date was a hot chick who we know loves being naked, and she's kind of wild. We've had her on the show 2 times naked, and it was funny because I said to him, Benji, is this really the appropriate place for her? And it turns out it was.
Well, it was in a sense. It was for us, but for the wives who were there, because I was sitting with Scott DePace and his wife at one point when Benji and his girl were doing something in a booth across from us. And
were you fingering your girl right at the party? Because I have pictures of you. It looks like your fingers up.
Practically. I swear on my life, absolutely not.
Well, you had her dress hiked up over her. You pulled her dress up in her whole. I mean, I have pictures.
Ralph
of it.
has pictures.
Ralph, I've got professional pictures. I had a professional photographer there.
Ralph had them on his iPhone.
I had heard that from a couple people, Benji.
I believe you heard that, but I wouldn't do that at. I'm not saying I wouldn't do that at a party, but I wouldn't do that at that party.
I will tell you this, and
I wouldn't do that to her.
This is what
I didn't. She had on a short dress, but if it looked like I didn't pull it up. If it looked like that, I didn't mean to. I might have lifted her while we were dancing or something, but I absolutely did not mean to look like it pulled it up or anything.
I didn't see any fingering, but I saw her.
That's always good when you hear that at a party.
But I saw her sitting on his lap, and it looked like there could possibly be some dry humping going on a little bit.
Honestly, not. But I mean,
full friction. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Here's what
friction.
Here's what I told.
Tootsies.
I saw some rubbing. I saw some rubbing.
Right. That's what I heard too. But here's what I told the news.
The news. Oh, our news.
The news asked me, what I saw, and I said, "This is all I can tell you." One time we had a bachelor party for Doug years ago. And I walked by a table, and Benji had the most bizarre look on his face, the goofiest look on his face. And I later found out he was getting a hand job under the table. And when I walked by Benji, he had a very similar look on his face that night.
Oh my God!
I was not getting a hand.
I think in fact, I vomit when I think about this. I'm almost sure I was talking to Benji while he was finishing, because he had this weird look. He looked like Charlie Brown
at the bachelor party.
Is that true,
Benji? I really don't remember at the bachelor party. I don't remember.
You don't remember?
It was 10 years ago. It was literally 10 years ago.
Do you get a hand job under the table many places?
It was a drunken party. I honestly don't remember. I remember some aspects of the bachelor party.
I remember one specific aspect.
No, don't confuse this, because then people confuse the two parties.
John in Boston, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year, John.
Hey, I don't know. I just thought that Gary was kind of being like a pussy earlier, coming down saying that Benji's being inappropriate and whatnot. You guys weren't even being too clear about what he did or what his date did, but I mean, that story that you just told was a weird one.
But again, that was at a bachelor party 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it was okay to get a hand job there.
Yeah, I think at a bachelor party, it's okay to get a hand job.
All right for Benji's date to be there, that everything's cool.
Yeah, no, Howard was cool with it. This is totally my opinion, but I do think that you tweet. It could have gone a different way. She was definitely in that mode where if Benji would have gone to the bathroom for 15 minutes, he could have gone a whole other way.
Listen, I respect your being sincere, but I also disagree with you.
Okay, I get it.
I mean, I think she's a responsible, good person.
Byron in Wisconsin, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Byron.
Hey, Benji, you're my man. You had a good time.
Hey,
now,
Byron.
Gary, I think you a little hard on Benji about his girl, man. She just having a good time. And my question is, how do the wives feel about her having a good time like that? And what if your wife, Gary, was just having a good time and jumped on a little fat, what's his name? The chauffeur, and had a good little time with her, just having a good time. Would you get really upset with Mary? Or
yeah, I would. If Mary jumped on Benji and her skirt went all the way up and everybody saw her ass, I'd probably be a little bummed out. I'm pretty sure she wouldn't do it. She hasn't done it yet since I've known her. Doesn't mean she doesn't know how to have fun, but I don't know if that's the definition of having fun.
All right, thank you for calling in. Let's go over to Tom in Boston. Tom, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys, great show. A couple questions for Benji. Number one, when Sarah was on the show, she made mention about having extremely large vagina lips. Is that true?
Yes. Well, we all saw him.
Did we? Every part of
Hold on, wait, hold on.
Whoa. What, Ronnie?
Did we see him?
I don't know.
Apparently Ronnie did.
Well, I saw him on the show. I was standing right next to him.
She's a beautiful girl, and I think she has every part of her is beautiful.
You think her vagina lips are proportionate?
Absolutely.
Because
she
the one
likes
who said-
rubbing them. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think that's true. I mean,
Ronnie, did you see them the night of the party?
I didn't actually.
No, hold on, I'm talking to Ronnie.
I didn't actually see him, but she likes rubbing them. Okay, let's put it that way.
She was probably trying to keep her dress down.
Oh,
She had
okay.
a short
I don't know
skirt
about
on.
that. Bench.
All right.
Look,
I'm being serious.
you were
I'm
trying
being
to.
serious. Okay. Listen, maybe I
One
saw.
more question. One more question for you, Benji.
Yeah.
So if you're banging her, she obviously must be okay with your herpes then.
I don't have it. I don't have herpes, and if you want to make a bet, we can bet.
All right, thank you, Tom.
Usually when you try and hold the dress down, you hold it from the sides, not
Right.
just like press it up against your vagina.
Unless she was trying to hold it in with her giant
Yeah,
lips.
exactly.
That's not being very gentlemanly.
Sorry.
I mean, I think she's a nice, pretty girl. And you guys should be nice. to her.
Nobody said she isn't nice.
I was nice to her. We had a good time.
No, I'm not talking about what I'm talking about what Gary just said.
I'm sorry. Dude, you've written way worse jokes about me and anybody, so it's just a joke.
All right, okay. Move on.
All right, I'm going to change the subject a little bit here. No, I'm going
Boy,
to
I'm sorry I insulted Mrs. Bronk.
So on Tuesday's wrap-up show, everyone was grilling me about the Christmas card I gave to the receptionist, and then that led to relationship talk and this and that, and everyone haggling me, and I stated my case of possibly having a wandering eye if I was in a relationship. Whatever, just watch, laugh at me like everyone else.
Somehow it was revealed, JD, that you gave a card to the receptionist, a holiday card, I guess it was.
Yes.
Which the gift you gave was your phone number, and then later on you claimed it was a. Oh, I think Jason's
I'm looking at the
holding it.
card.
I actually stopped by at the receptionist and I said, "Do you have the card?" And she says, "Yes, I do."
Of course you do.
Yeah, I'm going to read it to you. Thank you, with 17 exclamation points in capital letters, for everything. You get the greatest gift of all, my phone number. And then the number's there that signed JD.
Although my
share.
daughter saw your card and she says you think you have terrible handwriting.
Oh,
She
wow.
saw your initials. She goes, "Who's 50?"
You gave Fred's daughter the greatest gift of all. Also?
No, that was not.
No, it was just she likes to look at Christmas cards.
That, JD, proclaiming your phone number is the greatest gift of all. I mean, that's pretty ballsy.
Even as a joke.
I don't know.
I thought it was
funny.
a funny joke. Sorry, guy. Listen, if anyone knows me, you obviously know I don't think the greatest gift of all is my phone number.
And you want to know something? What does it hurt? If you like
she
the
might,
girl,
it might work. She might call.
What kind of reaction did you get when you gave her the card? Actually, I guess she didn't open it in front of you, but what?
No, she did.
Oh, she did?
And she laughed. And
in your face?
Well, yeah, because it was a funny. It was funny, and whatever. If something happened out of it, okay. But it was more for the joke because of what happened the previous day. That's why I wrote "thank you" in such big letters and exclamation points, because I didn't thank her for holding the door open.
Now, you've been accused by the guy sitting to my right, but also others, that you aim way too high when you're trying to land these women. How do you answer that?
I've been told that before. I was told that in high school, actually. But
by who?
By a girl that I liked.
She said you're aiming way too high?
Well, no. She said...
And then she turned her wheelchair around and left.
No. She said you go for girls that you can't get, whether that means they're too high.
But did she mean including her?
Well,
but
yeah,
was-
because she had a boyfriend.
But did anybody ever give you an indication of what that level of girl that you should be having is?
Exactly.
Yeah, you could date that girl.
Well, I'm like, listen, I'm attracted to who I'm attracted to. I'm sorry if, I'm not attracted to everyone or something. I
I don't think I aim too high. I just like who I like. I'm sorry,
Right, but everybody you like is really high up.
No,
which is
they're
fine.
not really high up.
We all are like that in our minds, but then at some point you have to, like. I got a mirror, you know what I'm saying? And I sort of know where I've dated girls who are too good for me. I've dated girls that I might have been a tiny bit better looking than, but for the most part, I try to stay within a range.
There's nothing wrong with aiming high, but the problem that I think JD has is that he only aims high.
I don't aim anywhere. I'm just aiming wherever my aim goes.
But your aim always goes to the 10s, okay?
Right. Well, no, it's not always to the 10s. I don't tell everyone who I'm into.
Like
you all don't know who I've had interests in.
There was an
stuff.
intern here a couple semesters ago, but way back. I can't remember who it was, and she liked you, and I remember you were like you scoffed at it. You were like
she was throwing herself at
it. Yeah, and you were like,
no. Who?
We don't need to name names.
No naming names.
Yeah, I hope we're not talking about the recent one.
No,
Okay.
my bad. I'm talking about one that was back before that. I think she liked you, and I think she made it clear that she liked you, and you were sort of like, I don't know, she was cute, but
Maybe
not the 10 that you aim for.
I don't remember who this is, so if anyone wants to remind me, they can. But
it's like he's testifying before Congress.
Guy, is this person short?
I can't remember now. I just remember that there was a girl that liked him. I actually don't remember who it was. But I remember thinking that I can't believe JD's blowing her off. Like, she's okay.
No, if it was her, I would have been interested. I liked her too.
Oh, I whispered a girl's name in his ear. I thought it might have been.
But no, she.
But was that the girl though? Because I'd heard the same thing, and apparently Jared was trying to help you.
She asked if for me to be her roommate or something.
Hey now.
Well, listen, it's not that easy to start living with a. I've got my own living situation. I can't just up and move. And she had just started. She was an intern. It wasn't like I was gonna start banging her or something right away. It could have caused a whole big pile of problems or something. I don't know.
A whole big Megillah.
Exactly. So
Let me ask you this, JD, because I think everybody at one time or another has
I
done.
voted her for the intern contest. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
I think at one time or another everybody has done this in their lives. Would you?
Now she's married.
Would you lower? I can see you're over her. Would you?
Oh yeah.
Would you lower your standards?
I keep tabs.
Would you lower your standards in order to hook up with the girl, or do you always keep them and that's that?
Listen, I'm not gonna. I can't like fuck someone just to fuck something. You know what I mean? Like I can't.
Well, what about that trip to Cancun?
What trip to Cancun?
The one where you almost drowned.
Hedonism?
Yeah.
I didn't fuck anyone there.
You can get blown just to get blown, though, right?
No, I didn't even get blown. I barely got a 2 hand jobs.
Really? You went on that trip and nothing happened?
Basically, yeah. I mean, I got a hand job, but I was.
Shy love? Was it shy love?
But you said the cameras made you feel
all set
Shy
up.
love is hot.
That was a whole setup thing, and it was retarded.
Yeah, the cameras made you feel uncomfortable, right?
Well, yeah, the camera wasn't on me, but yeah, and then forget that's a whole other.
Hey, at one
thing.
point, didn't you have like 3 of the girls blowing you at once or something?
There was no blowing going on.
Oh, I
wish I could say there was blowing going on.
I thought you just didn't finish.
Huh?
I thought the story was that you were getting blown, but you didn't finish or something.
No, that was over the phone. That was whenever I was on the air, and fucking Shy Love was putting the phone in my face, like trying to make sound. I'm not gonna make sounds or something, and I couldn't. Nothing was happening. It was just a bad time.
Carlos in the Bronx, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, fellas, what's going on?
Hey, Carlos.
JP, I'm calling to defend you, JP. Freaking aim high, aim for a freaking 12. Because then you'll wind up with at least an 8 or a 7. At least something.
If you aim for a 12 and you don't get a 12, then you have nothing.
No, but then you'll eventually get something.
How? If you aim for the hottest girl and the hottest girl doesn't want any part of you, then you end up with no one.
You get her friend. But she got her friend.
But we're not talking about her. He's not interested in her friend.
Wait, but where's the?
I don't know what her friend looks like.
What's the loss of him? First of all, I think JD's considered a handsome guy. He's a nice guy.
Very.
We all like him. What's the waste? How's he wasting any time by hitting on this chick?
No, he's not wasting any time. It's cool to hit on her, but he should also include other people as well, and he only includes people that are difficult for him to get.
But guys, I don't talk about everything I do, so you don't know everyone I talk to. Or
so you bang some hags?
Huh? I'm not saying that. No,
There was a story from last about 3 months ago, maybe 6 months ago, where he were on the road with Artie, and maybe in Vegas or something, and there was some 10 backstage that Jamie was supposedly just following around the Hard Rock the entire time. Meanwhile, her friend, who was like a 7, he probably could have gone. This is what I've heard. But you were just so focused on the 10.
I heard the same thing. I heard you were in Vegas. There was this girl, you were like all about her.
You know what? I think I know who we're talking about.
And then somebody else who worked here ended up hooking up with the 10.
Well, first of all, she said she didn't hook up with him.
Okay, fine.
Hold on. Okay.
Sabian is married.
Hold on. No. By the way,
complete joke.
No. By the way, they were both hot. Okay, they're both hot. And I don't. Listen, I was. The one had just gotten out of a relationship, and she seemed like she had no interest. And whatever. I talked to both of them. What the fuck you want me to do? You guys weren't around.
No, I wasn't. I was repeating the story.
And, I still talk to some of these people. So, whatever.
Did you give any other chicks the greatest gift of all?
I don't consider my phone number to be the greatest.
Did you give any other chicks that? Did you use that approach with any other chicks during Christmas?
No, that was the first time I've ever used that joke.
Will you use it again?
Will I ever use it again? I don't know. Sure, yeah.
You want to know something? I would if I were you. And I'm going on record as saying I thought that was a very funny move.
Well, thank you.
I really do.
Pat in Buffalo.
Coming from Fred, who I think is hilarious.
I'm going to start giving out your number, too.
Hey, Pat, what's up?
The greatest gift of all.
Happy New Year to you guys.
Happy New Year, Pat.
I think he's full of shit. I think he fucked 5 twos. In his book, that counts as a 10.
Wow.
I think he's been listening to Joke Hunt.
I actually haven't fucked anyone in a while.
That's a math joke.
Give Rodney a chance.
Are you
know anything about Latin stoves?
Are you comfortable saying the last time you did have sex, or?
Last time I had sex, it was sometime last year.
Hey, whatever happened to the girl that used to come over? You would watch movies. What happened to her?
She got a boyfriend.
I'm sorry.
Was she just dragging you along?
It's all right, it's.
But what happened?
Were you supposed to become that?
Right.
No,
like, why didn't you become the boyfriend?
Because I'm not necessarily looking for something totally serious. Because I don't. I'm just I can barely handle myself, let alone having to, be a part of a sort of relationship and dealing with someone else. And
do you think you'll ever be ready for a relationship?
Yeah, sometime because I don't know what's going to happen after this year, and I don't know what. It's just very. I'm just not in that mode.
So you think she was open to a commitment if you had been?
She never we discussed it. And she said she wasn't really, but and she actually told me she had no interest in this guy before. It's a whole it's a whole other thing. It's nothing. But she got a boyfriend now.
What a bitch.
No, she's not a bitch. Shut up, dude.
She told JD was holding her back.
It wasn't one of the
dating other guys
situations where she said there's nothing going on there, and then there ended up something was going on there.
It's nothing. Don't worry about it. It's nothing. No. It's nothing. I was trying to make it something, but it's not. No, it's nothing.
It wasn't that she wasn't ready for a relationship. It's that she wasn't ready for one with JD.
But also, what is your let's say Howard leaves the air. What's your boyfriend commitments? Like why? Like you seem to be taking the shoulder responsibility like a father or a husband might.
I don't know. I'm just not ready. I'm just not looking for something.
So you don't want to be in a girlfriend-boyfriend relationship right now?
Not necessarily, no. I mean, if it comes along, sure, but in my mind, I have. I don't know. It sounds stupid, but I have a wandering eye, I guess you could say.
But you have beautiful hands. Huh?
No, well, I'm just saying, I don't.
But
know.
you're like the mother on one day at a time.
You can't commit.
Forget it. Never mind. I put it in the wrong way. And
you mean like Marty Feldman?
I hate this show. I hate talking on these shows.
What do you mean by a wandering eye?
I like a lot of girls, so I can't. I don't know if I could. I don't know how. Forget it. Just forget it.
No, you don't feel you don't feel like you can commit because you think you'd still be looking even if you're with.
Yes. Thank
I'm
you.
a player.
You're welcome.
I'd like to be a player, but it's not working out so well.
Hey, what's up? This is Will, and on Wednesday's wrap-up show, Benji and Tracy Millman got into a huge argument. It was fantastic. They were both yelling and screaming at each other. I guess the problem was that a lot of the women at Howard's party felt that Benji's date was being inappropriate, you know, dancing around, fingering herself, whatever it was. So it got ugly, but it's great radio. Check it out.
Benji, since you're talking about Robin, she seemed to jump on that bandwagon pretty quick when that clip of Tracy was played, saying how angry she was by your date at the party. And Tracy, I know she's at orientation; she can't come in here now, but she did say she wasn't put off by the groping. She was put.
Okay.
The alleged groping. She was put off more by the alleged fingering. Like that's really what turned her off.
That's what Tracy. That's what she was being very angry to me yesterday, and that's what she told me. Someone told her, and everyone tells me someone told them this. I absolutely did not do that. Have I done just as bad things at parties? Yes. Did I do anything like that at this party? Absolutely not.
Like Scott DePace talked to me on the intercom while they were breaking your balls, and Scott DePace says, he goes, what do you think the odds are that Benji and that girl had sex at some point during the party? And I said, I didn't know.
No, I didn't. And the thing was, anyone who saw this, what you just claimed,
fingering,
the alleged fingering.
Anyone who saw it, I'd love to hear it because everyone says, "Oh, someone told them they saw it."
All right. So what about the ball rubbing that Will personally witnessed?
Still alleged, Gary.
No. Will said he saw it.
Well, Will should come out.
That's not alleged.
Her hand was on my leg. She wasn't rubbing my balls. We were sitting next to each other. Her hand was on my leg. If Will. I'd like to hear Will say that he saw that. I don't think he did.
He said he did.
I haven't heard him say that. I asked him. He didn't say that to me.
Somebody was saying, Benji, that you're in full denial over all this stuff. But you say you're telling the truth of what happened.
I'm telling the truth. I fuck around about certain things. I fuck around about my age. This I'm being completely honest about.
Well, that's a revelation.
I've said that. The whole age thing started because I brought it up years ago on K-Rock. No. But there was a lot more things going on at the party that it.
What else was going on at the party?
Listen, I had absolutely no problem with it. Ronnie was pushing his girl down and totally all over her and making out with her. You guys didn't see that?
I did not. No.
I saw that personally.
I saw him all over your date, and you trying to push him off.
Well, I don't know. Steve's looking at me outside from the hall. I don't know what's going on. He's just looking at me and laughing.
He gave me the thumbs up for some reason.
That's Steve Langford we're talking about.
I guess I look good today.
Were you aware, Benji, that even after the party, that most of the women were disgusted?
Well, listen,
I'm being serious because I know my wife.
Women being disgusted, you can't argue about it. It's like sexual harassment. It's like if a woman says you're creepy, you can't have an argument. Listen, if someone felt disgusted,
but did you realize that? Okay, if one person felt disgusted, but do you realize that a lot of the women were disgusted?
No.
Okay.
But again, I think it's because it's become like this focus, and people like to harp on things.
Will, can you shed some light on this? There's a lot of allegations flying around about what Benji did and didn't do. He claims he did nothing. I mean, hands were close, but there's no.
Did you see the rubbing of the balls?
Well, I mean, it was over the pants, so it was hard to say what exactly was going on. But, they're both sitting there, Benji laughing maniacally like he does.
I was laughing because she did kiss my neck.
So I looked down. I looked down under the table because there was definitely something going on under there, and she was rubbing him on like the inside of his leg, where your penis would be.
My penis doesn't even go down towards my leg at all.
Well, not that far down your leg, kind of in the crotch area.
All right,
that's all I could say. I saw. I mean, I loved it. I wasn't offended in any way. I was hoping it was going to get a little more crazy in there.
If she took it out, would
things
you
would
have
get
left?
confusing.
Huh? I wouldn't have left at all. I was hoping they'd actually have sex on the table, but my wife wasn't very appreciative.
And did you see anyone else like making out with their girlfriends?
No.
Making out with the girlfriends?
You didn't see Ronnie making out with his girlfriend?
Well, he's another maniac. Using him as an example.
And there was stuff going on that can I write down because I don't even know if I can say.
But why don't we just talk about you?
Well, hold on. Wait, Gary, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we got Tracy for 2 seconds.
I have to go back to orientation, but I don't care about groping. We're all adults. You can grope, you can kiss. People have their own idea of PDA. But when multiple women saw you fingering your girlfriend,
Tracy,
stop.
what did you see?
Benji,
I
let me
swear
finish.
on
Can you let me finish?
No, one
this is
person
why I
going
don't
there.
discuss it with you because you're not going to let me
Tracy,
finish.
If multiple people saw you taking a shit on the floor,
Okay,
it didn't happen.
I'm not talking about guys in the studio who have fun with this bullshit and make it all up. I'm talking about women that I know and I'm friends with and I respect over a guy who walks around making shtick about everything.
Tracy, you did not see it, but you're telling other people that it happened.
Benji, everyone told me. I didn't tell anyone. Everyone told me.
Will, did she tell you that happened?
I wasn't even here the first week back. I was on vacation visiting my parents. Everyone discussed this
I will
before
tell
me.
you this. I will tell you this, that I never spoke to Tracy. Tracy was gone. When I came in on Friday, several people told me they thought that happened.
Who saw
Not
it?
Tracy.
I swear on my fucking life, I did not put my fingers inside her at the party. I did not come close to her. My fingers were anywhere. I did not finger her. I swear on my fucking life, I'll take a lie detector test. I absolutely do not. And I'd like to see someone that saw it. Why doesn't one person say I'm the one that saw it?
I'm not bringing other people that do not work for the show into this conversation. But Benji, at the end of the day, you and I are both at the age where we don't have to be friends and we don't have to,
Tracy,
get along with each other.
listen.
I will work with you. I will give you your Sharpies
Tracy.
when you need them. We don't have to be friends. I don't know why it's a big deal.
Because you aggressively act in a very mean way, and I don't think
Benji,
that's nice.
I don't even deal with you. What are you talking about?
Well,
Unless
when
you're
I walk
going
by
into
in the hall and you're like,
Wombin for the 7th day in a row, unless you're taking shit out of the Wombin. Benji, I don't even acknowledge you. You sound like a fucking idiot.
Well, that's what you were like to me in the halls, Tracy. And,
Benji, I saw you one time yesterday. That was it. When we had it out.
Like a bulldog.
Like a fucking idiot. What do you want me to tell you, Benji?
Well, you know what?
Don't sit there and glare at me. Don't call me a fucking bulldog. I'm telling you, I'm going to walk away, and we're going to be done, and we're not going to discuss it again. So if you want to fucking call me a bulldog, bring it into my office, and we'll bring it up. Don't be a fucking pussy. Don't be a fucking baby, and don't make it worse than you're already making it. Are you asking me to step
outside?
Benji, if you stepped outside with me, I swear to God, I would fucking cut your dick off. Don't think for a second I wouldn't do it. Done. I can go deal with my interns in human resources. Bye, Benji.
That went well.
Thank you, Tracy. Ralph Sorella, you're on the wrap-up show.
Benji, you are in denial. I mean, listen, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that girl. I mean, everybody wanted to bang her. She was super hot. She was my greatest memory of the party, but dude, I mean, I've got this picture of her with her. I don't even want to say, but. You know what she was doing, and got crazy, and she's lifting her skirt up.
Ralph, that's not fair. You got to describe the picture so Benji knows what you're talking about.
Benji was right there. He was trying to stop her. Benji, do you not remember? Were you drunk?
No, I drank a little bit.
Okay, but just don't sit there and deny that she was crazy, and.
But Ralph, they're saying that I fingered her, which. It's absolutely...
No, I think you aren't you sort of denying everything that she was inappropriate and
he is. He's saying that she wasn't inappropriate, but Ralph brings up a good point. If she wasn't acting inappropriately, what was it that you were trying to stop her from doing?
Nothing.
But see, I've heard several people because even DePace's whole rap is, I don't think she did anything. He goes, I don't think anything was bad. I thought she was fun, and Benji kept trying to stop her, but I don't know what everyone was trying to stop her from doing.
You don't.
I heard she was lifting her skirt and touching her vag.
Yeah.
She did not touch her vag.
Really?
Ralph, what is she doing in the picture?
Lifting up a skirt and touching her vag.
Ralph, let me see the picture because I don't believe that.
Bet you keep it up, the whole world's going to see the picture.
Well, there was things.
How would I know that she's completely shaved if I don't?
I don't believe that, Ralph.
Is she completely shaved?
Mostly, yeah, but like, big deal. Like, so what?
Ralph, can you say?
I'm not saying there's anything. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but don't say she.
Let me see
crazy.
the picture, Ralph.
Ralph,
seriously, let me see because I don't believe
Ralph, can you send the picture to Steve or McClure?
To turn on, go to www.
No. Hey, actually, send it to John right now, and I want
Benji's date.
Okay, send it.
Liftingupherskirt.com.
Send it to John Hine right now.
All right, yeah, I got the BlackBerry here. Send it to me, Ralph.
Okay.
Jim McClure?
I dove across the room trying to grab High Pitch Mike's camera because he was standing. Benji, you were standing right in front of me. Her skirt was the lowest part of her skirt was in the middle of her back. and your hands were all over her ass.
Right.
Hey, John, did your wife or anybody's wife?
You got to take over on the mic for a second.
Can I tell you what the best part of that picture is that I took?
What's that?
All right, so the party was in a restaurant. It was a really large restaurant, and at one point during the evening, Howard did karaoke, and the karaoke sort of became the stage.
Right.
Well, this is where all this went down.
Right.
On the stage. I mean, it wasn't in a darkened corner somewhere.
Yeah,
this was right behind people singing karaoke.
Right now, John is showing the picture to Benji, and Benji, the only way I can describe it is he looks perplexed. Like pretending he can't see. He just asked John to make the vagina bigger.
Can you make it bigger? I think you can see, but this is when she fell down.
Oh, stop. You know what?
She did.
All right, you're just
No, I'm being serious.
She fell down.
She often falls down with her hands on her vagina.
I can't even see. Like, God says, which way am I supposed to hold this up? This is the top of the picture?
I don't know.
This is so bizarre. Oh, so that's one leg and that's the other leg. And who's that? That's Benji trying to get it. Oh, I get. Oh my God!
I know you guys can't see it, but Gary's like tilting the phone at all different angles.
I just got what it is. I couldn't tell what it was. The great thing is, can I describe it as best I can, Benji? She's like looks like almost like on a sofa, and she's got on a banquette. She's got her head like against the wall, and she's got one leg up in the air, her skirt is up, and she's got her hand on her vagina, and her underwear pulled to the side. But the best part of the picture is all you see is Benji's arm trying to get her leg down.
Benji,
so it's proof of two things. Benji, it's proof of two things. She was there touching her vagina, and you were trying to stop her.
On Thursday's wrap-up show, the talk once again went to Benji, specifically Gary's wife referring to Benji's date as a quote-unquote hoe bag. And Benji took offense to that, but then Ronnie wanted to know why he was throwing him under the bus, and Gary got really upset with Benji, and it's been a tense week here, man. A lot of people going after each other's throats, and I mean, we're doing our job, so take a look and see how everything went.
When all this stuff went down with Benji and Tracy and Gary, you were in the mix a little bit today. It seemed like, Benji, you went after Ronnie, and Ronnie didn't. You just jumped in there, and you sounded genuinely pissed off, Ron.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, Benji knows why.
Yeah, but the audience doesn't. So why?
Well, they heard this morning. They heard the shit this morning. I mean,
well, so Benji accused you of laying on top of your girlfriend, and you were saying that didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
And you were mad at him for just saying that.
Yeah, because he was trying. He's deflecting off of what's happening with him. I mean, what his girl did was in plain sight. Everybody saw, and he's trying to say it never happened, which is total bullshit. I mean, there's pictures, there's eyewitnesses. I mean, why is he deflecting onto me when just sit there and take your shit like everybody else fucking does around here?
All right.
And wait, no, let me finish.
I was about to take some shit.
No, because
I was about to take some shit.
Mouth all the
I was
time.
going to take some shit from you right now.
Yeah, well, too bad.
All right, well, go ahead then.
Because you like to give this shit out with your nonsense, with your shtick all the time, and I'm not taking it anymore.
You're taking a stand.
No, I'm not taking your crap anymore because it's such bullshit.
What crap does he give you?
No, just with everything. Everybody's so fed up with his shtick around here. I'm serious. I mean, like. Everybody's coming to the point where they're ready to fucking lash out at him, and that's what's happening.
All right. Well, you know what? There might be something to that, because I do get in situations a lot where I get really sad about it. Like, I get depressed where I feel
you look like you really was sad about it.
All right, Ronnie.
You don't look sad at all.
I'm not right now because I'm in control of my emotions right now. But I do get real sad about situations like this, but I do bring myself to situations like this a lot.
Well, what are you sad about?
Well, you were sad. You set yourself up for this shit.
But
man.
what is it that you're sad about?
I don't. Well, first of all, I mean, as a particular for this incident, I just hate everyone giving my date shit. Give me shit. That's fine, but I hate her.
Dude, once you brought her out here, it's open to everybody, and you're not the first person that's happened to.
I gave you no shit,
Ronnie. I said
about your girl.
You were fun at the party.
None.
Ronnie, I had no problem.
Okay, if she wanted to jump all over me, fine. I'm there, man.
Ronnie, we're having fun.
I'm ready to go. I don't care.
Any date I bring to a party, I think it's fun if you dance with her. It's fun.
I had a great time with her.
Yeah, I know.
But you didn't hear me give you any shit at all.
I didn't think I was giving you shit, and I apologize for bringing up your name because I should have said a guy doing that.
Into the mix. Then Brian Fallon. I mean,
I was just trying to explain
your own
the
shit.
atmosphere
Don't
of the party.
involve everybody
But
else.
I was saying, like, relative to other things going on,
But that's your opinion, and we think your opinion is quite honestly jaded.
And let me tell you something, Benji. If that really did happen, what you said, I was laying on top of my girlfriend.
I didn't know that was a big deal. I wasn't lying about it.
Believe me, it would have been on the air first thing Monday morning.
That's not true. Everything doesn't get on the air.
Your shit was on the air too.
Everything doesn't get on the air.
Oh,
Ronnie.
please!
All the time. It's when
shit like that goes down. Come on,
Benji. To be you for a second, can you find someone else that could corroborate that Ronnie was laying on his girlfriend besides you?
I would challenge Ronnie to take a lie detector test about it.
That's not what I asked. That's not what I asked.
I don't know.
That was the first word out of your mouth this morning.
But so yesterday you were getting mad at somebody, but you're the
No, I saw it. I saw it. I was getting mad at people saying what other people saw.
Tell me what you saw. Let me. What did you see?
You told me you don't want me to. If you want me to,
no. What did you see? I want to know what you saw.
You had her down on the. There were circular tables. She was underneath you, and you were kissing her.
What? There was no place to lay. There were people sitting at these tables.
This was during the karaoke part. But listen,
and I know exactly where I was sitting during the karaoke part. I was sitting with Matt.
Not the whole time.
Who used to be one of our interns, Scott's intern a long time ago, and his girlfriend. We were sitting together in the booth.
Garrett, do you think I'm lying about it? I didn't think
I don't think you're lying about it, but I think sometimes you might see something that you want to believe that you saw that might not be exact.
So it could have been, maybe it was a hallucination.
No,
not a hallucination.
I admit I had my arm around her. I admit I probably kissed her. I admit maybe I was leaning up against her at points by the bar. But
listen,
you know what?
I
wasn't laying
Ronnie,
on top
I thought
of her.
I think you're fun at the party. I think you're a really fun guy at a party. I love when you're at a party. You're really nice. People enjoy you, and you're fun.
I had a great time.
But I'm
accusing you of being fun.
I'm with Ronnie in the sense that if Ronnie did what you're saying that he did, forget that it didn't come up on the air. No one's brought it up but you. No one saw it but you. If somebody came to me, somebody would listen. There's no tolerance of anything here. People go to the party like little spies, and they want to come back and tell everything.
And
if Ronnie would have done that, it would have come to me right away.
You know what's so funny?
He would have been there with his camera.
All right, what about the manager having to yell at people about pot?
You're the only one who seems. I mean,
oh really? Yeah. Oh, no one else experienced that. Oh, that's such bullshit. You guys know after the rap show we talked about it yesterday.
No, we talked about what you told me.
Oh, the manager didn't have to yell at anybody about it.
I only know what you told me.
I'm not going to say names anymore.
I heard that there were some people outside. Even that story is in dispute in the sense that there were some people outside. You were saying they were inside. The manager had to tell them to stop, but it wasn't inside. It wasn't outside. But
can I subpoena somebody?
I don't know. I'm in the vortex and I badly want to pull myself out.
Benj, why do you keep looking at your phone?
I don't know.
Notes. It's driving me crazy.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, because the battery's out.
Okay.
Put it down.
I feel like you're like reading lines or something.
No, it's look, it's totally.
Oh, okay, I can see.
I'm proud to have a phone.
It's legit. All right, one thing I also thought upset Benji was when Gary came in and revealed something. Hit two, Ted.
I'm not even mad at Benji, but I don't care about her at all. I can never get a straight answer out of Benji, and Benji still doesn't think anything weird happened.
He's not listening. You know, he won't even take in what's going on.
Right.
What did your wife say about her, Gary?
She said on Monday, she said, oh, did you talk about the hoe bag today? But she wasn't like she didn't, we weren't at the party, and it wasn't like my wife was seething, or it wasn't like we were obsessed on her.
I was with your wife part of the time that was around. We weren't,
she wasn't, and we went home.
You see, that's what girls think of girls who do, nice ladies who live in Connecticut don't think about girls other, they get very angry with girls like that.
And I know that upset you, Benji.
I think it's horrible. I'll tell you what, my date wouldn't go around doing that about people. Wouldn't say that. I think you guys are being real sexist. I think you have it's like a scarlet letter attitude about chicks, and like any chick that's a little wild, you guys are like castigate.
She's more than a little wild, Benji.
All right, Gary.
Yeah, but you asked.
It doesn't make her.
She's
a good person. Doesn't make her a bad person. That's what
you
guys
treat her. No one said she's a bad person.
Well,
she was acting in an inappropriate manner. That's my opinion.
All right,
your
Gary.
opinion.
Well, you know what? It was fun.
Dude,
Howard had fun. It was a great time, and that's the way we roll.
That's your new attitude?
Yeah.
Dude, you know that in 6 months, Benji's going to come back and tell us some fucking crazy stories about how he had to extricate himself from this chick.
No, did I ever say that about Ivy? You guys all said I had a real nice relationship with Ivy.
You told me. I think you told me you had to change one of your numbers, and you just stopped taking her calls.
No, I didn't. That's bullshit, Gary.
You took her calls.
We still were friends. We still talk.
You took her call the whole way through.
What are you talking about?
I'm asking you. I'm not talking about it. Benji, I'm asking you a question. Calm down.
Yes.
You never stopped taking Ivy's call.
No.
Then I'm incorrect, and you're fucking crazy
for that,
too.
We talked the other day.
Zach in Massachusetts, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys. Gary, two questions, I guess. One, does the show, what you say on the show, ever get back to your wife at all?
Oh, yeah, she listens. She won't care that.
Two is the bigger question, I guess, is my girlfriend goes with me to our company's Christmas parties too. She'll comment about other people, but if I told other people what she said, she'd be pretty upset with me. It's usually pretty private.
Yeah, but
is she going to get pissed at you for this?
Well, there's a couple things going on. First of all, A, this is the show that we work on, and B, I'll bet if somebody brought a girl like the girl that Benji brought to your Christmas party, it would be an even huger deal, and nobody would mind if you said that.
Well, I do. I mind. I don't like people being talked about like that. Women being talked about.
Well, you can't stop us. We can talk to anyone we want.
You're right. I can't, but I can say that I would think. I know I've met Mary several times, and she seems very nice to me. I would think she wouldn't like that you brought that up.
I don't think she'll mind. I think she's probably. And quite honestly, if any of the other guys would be honest, I think you'd hear other phrases that you don't even want to know. And I think that again, you set yourself up for this, and now you're playing.
I told you there is a possibility of that, and I would like to look into that. Like why?
Look into what?
Why I do seem to get into a lot of situations where everyone's mad at me. Maybe I do. There might be a reason.
No. Benji, you're not in a situation where everyone's mad at you. You're in a situation where you didn't have an ability to read the room, even though you were sort of warned in advance.
I don't know. Howard said it was a great time. He had a lot of fun.
Right, but Howard's not the only person at the party. Everyone at the party is allowed their opinion.
A lot of people told me they had
we all
nice
had a great
time. They wanted to go out with us.
Your date did not affect my time whatsoever.
Good.
I had a great time whether she was there or not.
Good.
But she was hard to miss.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate. On Monday's wrap-up show, we were talking about how Howard seems to be very irritated with Kathy Lee Gifford again. We sort of went over the feud and talked about whether there's ever any chance that they could be friends. I don't think there is.
We should start off with Kathy Lee, and I guess that came out of Lisa G came in to do her news segment and was talking about interviews and whatnot, and quickly it leads to people talking over each other, and then Howard just starts going off on Kathy Lee. Where'd that come from, Gary?
He must be watching it, because all you really need to do is watch that show to see what a train wreck it is. Because I watch it. Have you ever seen the parody they do on Saturday Night Live?
No.
It is really, really funny. I think it's Kristen Wiig. She's Kathy Lee, and she just pretends that she's been drinking. Because Kathy Lee acts on the show like she's been drinking. I don't think she has been. But, they're all over the place. You can never figure out what's going on. So Howard must have seen it.
Is there anything Howard hates more than people talking over one another on a talk show? It drives him crazy. Yeah. Even on this show, I know it drives him nuts.
Well, that clip of The View was, Howard was astonished that wasn't touched in any way. It's just everybody yelling at each other.
So why Kathy Lee? Why is he so angry about her?
Oh, she's she's an old fun standard. She's good to go back to. Who's sticking up for Kathy Lee?
He hasn't been there in a while, though.
I know.
It surprised me that he circled on back that way.
But, because she's back to, she left. The whole thing fell apart for her. She got a little humble for a half a second, and now she's back doing the same shit. And I don't know. I guess just grabbed her the wrong way the day he saw her.
Well, what he said later in the program was, if she could just be real. I made a comment about how he's mended fences with Rosie could ever happen with Kathy Lee, and he said no, because she's never real on television, and until she crosses that bridge, he's not going anywhere near her.
Yeah, it's such a bizarre. We've just hammered the shit out of her, and I've called her for years to try to get her on the show. The thing that I remember was that, and Howard talked about this on the air, after his divorce, she sent him a note. And he goes, Kathy sent me this note. But then we looked at the note, and we realized it was supposed to be a note to say, hey, Howard, I'm sorry about what happened to you. But it was really all about her.
How so?
Well, it was mostly like, I'm really sorry to hear what happened. I've gone through divorce. And then it was a lot of God stuff. And since Howard's not really that into God, I think it's you're sort of putting your own will on somebody, telling them that God's going to save them. And Howard's not a God guy. It should be like the great note would have been, "Hey Howard, Kathy Lee, I know you've kicked me around in the past, but I see what you're going through, and I've been down that road before, and I wish her all the best." Done. Once you start bringing God into it, it's like she's, I felt like we were natives in the jungle and she was trying to convert us.
So even though she made the gesture, it didn't ring true.
Yeah, because she just didn't do it right.
Now, do you think Sam the cooking guy deserves an award, like Howard was saying?
I get where Sam the cooking guy was coming from. I don't know that I would. I'd probably just take that shit because whatever. But yeah, he's like, hey, I'm trying to talk. You invited me here to give you a recipe. Let me get it out.
Do you think that's just a bad day, or ultimately that's what he was trying to do? They booked him to do something, and he was listening to the audience. He was trying to play to the audience instead of having these two yentas not shut up.
Yeah, listen, it rubbed him the wrong way, and he spoke his mind. I thought that was funny. I thought the etiquette person that they brought back should have, said that they were both wrong instead of blaming it all on him.
Now, did you or Lisa G learn anything from Howard's advice when it comes to being a guest? Would you ever interrupt if all that chat started happening?
I'd probably just lean back and go, you don't need me here. I'd probably address it in some way, but I don't know that I'd be like, shut up.
Well, it's awkward because it's their game. They've invited you and you're trying to be polite.
Yeah, I don't think I'd get involved.
Hey, Benji, were you surprised that Howard went off on Kathy Lee so much today?
Yeah, I was shocked by it.
I mean, he hasn't done it in a while.
Right. Yeah, no, yeah, he hasn't done it for a while. It's been about 2.5 years.
Did we wake you up?
Did it. It was back in 2006 in March. He was mad at her about some comments she made.
Do you think they could ever mend fences?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, that's as surprising as the Rosie thing is. I'm sure that if Kathy Lee and Howard's even said it himself, if they were at a party and they were talking, there might be something they would connect with, and I think I could definitely see that happen.
I mean, I think he's in a place now where he could connect with her, but I don't think they're. Howard and Rosie, I always thought were similar in the sense of that they both were driven and they were both laid it all on the line and were very honest. But Kathy Lee is the polar opposite of what Howard is on the air. So, but I think if they met at each other at a party, they could be friendly to each other.
But I also think the opposite could happen, and Rosie and Craig Ferguson sort of talked about today, where Rosie and Howard could definitely have a split now.
Why?
I think it would be a little bit harder for it to happen. No, like some issue that they might both feel very strongly about, it could split them up.
Now, if you miss what we're talking about with Kathy Lee, here's a little bit of Howard's feelings towards what she had to say.
Whenever Beth does TV, she says to me, God, I said, like she did The View, she said it one time, and I said, gee, you were quiet during that segment. She goes, they were all talking. I said, if everyone's talking, why would I talk? I said, that's evidently what they want in TV. They want people talking over one another.
You have to keep talking in order to get the attention.
Right. Doesn't matter if you're saying anything. Just keep talking.
Because that Hoda was back there going, just, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. She couldn't stop saying it.
Yeah, like Tourette's. They blurt out everything. Keep it going. Listen to the first 10 seconds of that clip. The guy couldn't take it. He broke. And then Kathy Lee, they have their jobs because they don't talk to us like that. Well, you're being rude, Kathy Lee. Can't anyone stand up to Kathy Lee? She's the devil.
Now you're getting like Dennis James.
She's the devil. Want to make monkey love to Harold Stern. Please. Are you kidding me?
Jamie in Massachusetts, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, I believe... good morning, guys, anyway. I believe that Howard does the same thing when he interviews people. Like, he'll ask a question, and then the person will start answering, and then Howard would talk over him like he's not listening to the person giving the answer. You know what I'm saying? He drones. And sometimes he gets himself doing it.
See, I agree with you that Howard will sometimes talk over a person, but it's not like he's not listening and he's droning. If the person's going to start going off in a weird way and dancing around a question, he'll just ask another question to take him somewhere. He has no patience for people who aren't going to respond, so sometimes he does talk over because they're just not, doing the interview the way he wants it. He definitely controls an interview, no doubt.
Okay, well... I just noticed it a lot, something interesting. I'm like, Howard, let the person answer. You're driving me crazy. Come on. But okay.
All right, Jamie, thanks for calling in. Let's go to George. George, you're on the wrap-up show.
Did you say George?
Yes, George. How are you? How you been? Happy New Year.
Hello, fine, thanks. I wanted to ask, first of all, Howard really almost physically makes me sick with his constant ranting about Jay Leno. He goes on and on for ad nauseum. It really has a very negative effect on me. I want to ask about about the Kathy Lee situation. When and how did his contempt for her start?
It wasn't any particular incident. It was just like almost everyone else in the country's contempt for her. You know, they would watch her on the show, and she would get on and talk about her kids. And one day, I think it was with the kids. I remember Howard coming in one day and goes, God, she puts those kids on all the time. In fact, there was a Christmas episode where she made Cody dress up like a pilgrim. And I remember Howard was very annoyed by that. It was like one of those weird, you know, and Howard was very annoyed by that. And I think once she brought the kids into it, but I mean, you know, Howard wasn't alone. Everybody started to notice it all at once. It was a lot of me, my kids, I'm better than all of you. You know, my kids are so amazing, that sort of thing.
I see. So it was her arrogance then that he didn't like?
I would say so.
Okay. Thank you.
Well,
Thanks, George.
Back in the 80s, and this is, I know more from Howard's book, wasn't Regis sort of like played with a lot?
What do you mean?
Like, wasn't Regis sort of made fun of a lot back in the 80s?
You mean on our show?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
and was she with him at that point?
Yeah.
Because I wonder if that sort of transferred from there. Like,
No, it was more like you said, you know, Howard wasn't alone in his contempt. I mean, the whole country sort of got behind it.
And Howard also thought Kathy Lee was pretty hot too.
Yes.
And I guess that would fuel the fire even more.
It does. When you think a girl's hot and she's acting in a way you don't like, it really pisses you off.
On Tuesday's wrap-up show, Ralph called in to expand on the argument that started on the Stern show earlier between him and Gary. Basically, Ralph hates the fact that Gary goes around calling himself a gadget expert and doesn't think he knows anything about gadgets. Ralph claims to be the one who really knows his shit and should be the one booked on Geraldo. Or better yet, listen to Geek Time. It was Techno Beaver versus Techno Berry. Check it out.
Hi, Ralphie.
Gadget Ralph, please.
That's not going to stick. You know that.
Oh yes, I've already. You can follow Gadget Ralph on Twitter, and I have the website. So I'm gonna roll with this.
All right.
Yeah, it's going to be a slow roll.
So Ralph, what do you think?
You know, Gary, listen. I just thought it was. In all honesty, I think it's funny that you go there and. I'm not saying I'm an expert. I didn't go on Geraldo and said I'm a gadget expert or something like that. But it sort of annoys me when people the iPad thing in particular is I just think it's so dumb to talk about something and to nag out on it when it's not even out. It's like 2 months away.
But Ralph,
at this point,
how could you of all people? How could you be upset about negging out?
Can I just finish my point?
Sure.
It's not even out yet. At this point, it might even have a camera in it, they're saying now. So, like, you might want to wait till it comes out.
But based on what we were told,
you also might want to know the difference between a megabyte and a gigabyte when you talk about memory.
I did. I said gigabytes.
You know, you said megabyte.
I absolutely did not.
All right, pull the tape.
Why are you the only one hearing this?
I don't know.
But Ralph, here's the point. Based on.
But really, Gary.
But based on what we knew.
What?
You're asking me a question.
Yeah.
Based on what we knew at the time, even when I spoke about it on Sunday, there was no rumor of a camera. When they came out, there was no camera in it. There's a lot of things missing from it. And so you think that everybody that's really into this heard it and nobody is nothing but thrilled that it's coming out, that it's got everything that everybody wants, and there's nothing but happiness about this, right?
No, there's a difference between saying that and then saying it's a big stumble for them, and then going on to say they're going to sell a ton of them.
You can stumble and still sell a ton of something. And so you can make somebody that you know could make a movie that you don't think is the quality you expect, and it could still make $100 million.
But how is it?
Hold on a second. Can that happen?
How is it a stumble if it hasn't even come out and you haven't seen what it does?
But they told us what it does.
If you
Ralph,
go back,
are you talking about this on your show on Saturday?
Yeah, you want to do a point counterpoint?
No, because you're counterpointless.
Hey-oh.
But from what we're talking about, an item that everybody that has created a lot of excitement because the company's so big. So based on what we know, listen, it's like talking about a movie before it comes out. It's like talking about you're into so many different things, and you talk about everything before it's ready. That's part of what people do. Why are you so attached to the iPad?
I'm not attached to it.
But you are. You're like almost like upset.
I just think it's if I'm sitting there as a gadget expert, I would know a little bit more about what I'm talking about.
But what didn't I know?
If I'm going to go on a show and talk about the iPad,
what didn't
I'm
I
going to
know?
know something, and maybe even
Ralph,
have touched
what
it.
didn't I know? I'm asking you. What
you
didn't
haven't
I
touched it. You don't know what the operating
But nobody
system
has.
is. You don't know what it can do because the programs aren't even out yet. What's going to happen with this thing?
But Ralph,
it's like when the iPhone came out, people were like, "Well, it doesn't do this and doesn't do that." Meanwhile, it's like the biggest thing in the world. Same thing with an iPod.
So hold on a second, Ralph.
When the iPod came out, people said, "Why am I going to want to carry on that on music?" Now,
so here's the deal. I was asked to comment on based on what I knew, and then when it comes out and they put one in my hand, I will try it out and comment again. But somebody called me on that day, and I am not the only person in the world that has commented on the iPad a day after it came out.
Well, how do you feel about the Generation 2 iPad?
You're following the lead of other stupid people who are saying there's something wrong with this thing that they haven't even seen yet.
Well, then the reverse has to be true. Then you can't laud it either until you know exactly what's on it and actually touch it.
That's right. I'm not lauding it. I'm saying, I love that word. I'm not even sure what it means, but I'm going to use it all the time now.
If you're not lauding it, what are you doing, Ralph?
I'm sort of saying, hey, why don't you wait till the thing comes out and see how it is? Like you John, somebody said I was kissing your ass. I think you're just as dopey as Gary about this thing. You're wrong too.
On what?
How can you say
you're
we're
not sure what you can do with it?
On what? The iPad you're talking about?
Yeah.
Because based on the specs that are out there and based on what I've seen.
Yeah.
What specs?
Ralph, go to Apple's site. They have the specs on exactly what
so
this
what's
is.
wrong with this? What's wrong with the specs on it?
You know this. We've already discussed this. It doesn't have a camera. Yes, if it comes out and has a camera, then I was wrong about that.
Right. You want to hold up a big thing and take pictures. You don't have a low camera?
No, you do, but you want this to be sort of a be-all, everything sort of gadget. I mean, there's a bunch of little things about it, and also what I said was
Jack of all trades, master of nothing.
Well,
that sounds like you.
This is a whole new market. You don't even know what it's going to do, and I'm basing on Apple's track record of everything they come out with is revolutionary.
Ralph, name one thing. Okay, you want to get into this? Name one thing Apple's done that didn't work out that you think sucks. Anything.
But since Steve Jobs came back?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay.
So
Well,
you're what I call an Apple.
Nothing. They changed design with the iMac. People used to have everyday objects that were boring and ugly to look at. He changed the way you look at things, furniture, everything. They're revolutionary.
They are absolutely revolutionary. They make beautiful stuff. They've got great software, okay? The Apple TV, not such a great product. They've had missteps, Ralph. They're not a perfect company.
But that's not a flop, and that could be integrated into other things. I'm not defending everything Apple. What
about that notebook laptop they put out, which weighed like a pound? Nobody bought it.
Right.
They're not perfect. They're a great company. I think they're fantastic. I think Jobs is brilliant. But don't pretend like everything they've done is so great. And if somebody has a contrary opinion, look, the only person who I know that's held an iPad was Stephen Colbert on the frickin' Grammys. Other than that, and the people who work there or were at the announcement last week, that's it. So of course everyone's speculating. And look, I'd like nothing better than for you to be right about this and the iPad to be fantastic, but it's not. Apple stock is down since they announced this thing. You can't claim it's...
I know it's great. I hope it keeps going. I should shut up because I hope it keeps going down so I can buy more, and then when it comes out, and then you're all wrong, and it goes up to like $300.
But Ralph, actually, one of my points was that because I'm not saying that Apple sucks and everything they do sucks. I own a MacBook, I own a Mac computer, I own an iPod, I own an iTouch. I mean, everything. I'm saying that this company has put themselves in a position where expectations are so high for the quality of something that this didn't hit what everybody wanted. So far from what we know, from what they have told us, the information they have given us.
And let's get back to something that Gary said before, Ralph, when you weren't on the phone. He thinks that, among other things, you're jealous. Do you agree with that?
I'm not. I'm really not. And I don't... What was the other thing you were saying, Gary? You wonder if I respect your job or something like that?
Yeah, I wonder if sometimes you think it's like, I could do that.
No, I don't, and you have that set in your mind for years, like that I want your job or something.
No, I didn't say you wanted my job. I'm saying you think that anybody could do my job. There's a big difference.
Well, listen, I don't think you're the only one who can do your job, but I think you work hard. I don't think you don't deserve to be there or something. I don't look at you and go, oh, Gary's a fool, and why has he got a job? Or I don't really know what you're saying in that respect.
Ralph, you've never spoken those words to me before.
Oh.
No, I think you do a great job. I mean, I know you're constantly on the phone with Howard. You're doing this. I know you work really hard at your job, or you wouldn't have that job. And I know it's demanding too.
Well, sometimes I feel like you don't respect it. So Now we got to.
No, I respect your job. I don't respect you.
Right.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Hey, by the way,
I love you, Gary. I feel bad, but and I don't know if this gadget thing is something. I'm not trying to derail it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you're trying to get something going. I just thought it was just something. I don't know. I just thought it was goofy.
By the way, I got to tell a funny story about Ralph that I love. When he was talking to Jason before, and Jason used the word laud, he goes, "I don't know what that means." You know, to laud something. We had such a great moment. We were working on the CBS TV show. We were working with a producer that nobody was getting along with. And it was just getting, there were like lots of arguments and fights and everything. And we're all in this big room. And Ralph just says to the guy, like, it's bullshit, this and that. And the guy goes, "I don't know why you have to be so contentious." And Ralph goes, "I don't even know what that means and I don't like it."
Hey, it's Sal Governale, and on Wednesday's show, I was victorious in Win Sal's Money. I didn't even know I had money to give away. But anyway, the guys were saying that I should get a little more book smart, be more aware of history, but what's history going to do for me? Fuck history. Enjoy.
I do want to talk about Benji's girlfriend coming in and her competing with Sal and Win Sal's Money, which, Sal, I thought you were going to run away with, but you made it.
I pretty much did.
You did?
I think I got five questions right. They threw out two that Will fucked up on.
No, they threw it.
That would make it 3-2.
Here's how I saw it, for real. You got the Castro question, correct? You got that correct?
Yep.
So I'm not taking that one away. Which are the two they wanted to take away? They want to take away that one?
And Alaska.
Korea.
Korea.
Legitimately, if they would have said more information, please, I don't believe you would have known North Korea. You would have just go, Korea, it's fucking Korea.
Right.
So that one you would have lost. So I'm saying you won 4-2.
That's pretty good.
But look who you beat.
Well, you both knew the Wright brothers.
Yes, that's an easy one.
Both guessed Obama started the New Deal.
Obama started the New Deal.
But when you hear the New Deal, you could hear it almost like, hey, my man, we need a new deal here. No, the lingo, what? New Deal. It just sounds like the brother lingo. When I'm not kidding you, I'm not being like I'm not being like stereotypical, but I'm just saying.
No, not at all.
That's exactly what you're
mean. Hold on. That was your thought process? Like New Deal sounds like something Obama would say?
Sounds like a little bit of a jive talk. Hey, listen, we in the White House now. We need a new deal. A new deal's got to go down.
Can I ask you a question?
That's the only thing that came to mind. New deal.
You're not making a joke.
I'm not making it. I'm just saying the lingo kind of sounds like something Obama might say. He's a hip guy. I'm saying it in a hip sense, not in a black sense.
Can I ask you a question? Obama's been president for over a year now. Have you ever heard him talk like that or have used lingo like that in a whole year? Like, what's another example of that kind of lingo or talk?
He called Kanye West a jackass. That's pretty hip. I've never heard a president say, use foul language except for President Reagan when he said sons of bitches. I remember that. But I can see New Deal. New Deal sounds like a more modern term. I mean, it does. I can't see President Washington saying New Deal.
You know when the New Deal was?
No, I don't even know what the New Deal is.
I think, is it from the 30s or maybe the 40s?
Yeah,
I think it's from the late 30s.
It was FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
I was going to say it was FDR.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt, I know who he is. And there was another Roosevelt.
Yes. Who was that?
His son or his grandson.
What was his grandson or son's name?
Teddy Roosevelt.
There you go.
It must be his grandson. Out
of Long Island.
FDR. It's the other way around. Teddy Roosevelt. FDR's the grandson.
FDR's the grandson.
I think so. Because I think FDR was later on. Roosevelt was. I think so. I think FDR. I'm going to.
I know.
Final answer: FDR is the grandson.
Sal's head is smoking.
I know. There's no point for this.
I know. Howard asked you about it, and you explained it a little bit. But you admit you're weak at history.
Yeah,
basic history.
I'm not. Yeah, this is not something.
Elementary school kind of history.
Like John suggested, you might not be able to get past fourth grade history.
I might not, but you know what? I'm not upset about it. I mean, it's just something that, it has no bearing on what I do. But sure, history's important to understand the future. Right, we have to study history to understand the future. But you know what? I don't care fucking Washington chopped down a goddamn cherry tree. It's not going to pay my mortgage.
But
Fuck them.
Before you start this rant again, because you do go into these rants.
I'm explaining why.
You've told us
tapping into a weakness of mine, and it makes no sense to ask me about it.
But no, you've told me several times. I'm not going to quiz you, but you've told me several times that it's upsetting to you.
It is.
You don't like to be thought of as stupid, and it's upsetting to you. And we gave you books to look at, and you didn't seem interested in them.
Because I don't have the time. I don't have time to wipe my ass anymore.
Sal, what about your sons? They're learning history now.
Sure are.
So why not learn with them?
I I don't know. I mean,
do you sit down and do homework with them? Or
yes,
help
I
with
do.
Homework?
Absolutely.
But
history hasn't really come up. You know what they're doing now with history? They're kind of like reading a paragraph, and then they have to break down the paragraph and answer multiple choice questions within that paragraph. So they go. It's more of a, reading comprehension and history combination in one.
What are the paragraphs about?
History. I don't know specifically. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I could bring in some of my son's stuff. But yeah, I help my kids with the homework. I go on Google a lot, and there's a lot of shit I don't know about, like paradiddles. Or not paradiddles. There was some math thing that I had no idea about. Paradigms.
Paradiddle is a drumming thing.
Yeah, if it's a drum. I think these are paradigms, I believe. And what the fuck are you, 5th grade? Paradigms? It's ridiculous. And who's going to use a paradigm?
All right, so going into
the CEO of IBM, you think he knows what a goddamn paradigm is?
So instead of saying,
I think he does.
Maybe, but it doesn't do him any good.
But so instead of saying, "Wow, look at what my kids are learning," you've decided because you don't know it, like, "Wow, my kids don't need to know this shit."
Well, no, it's not that I don't think they need to learn it. I'm glad they're learning it. I support what they're doing. I stand behind it, but it's kind of like it kind of throws me for a curve.
Now, but going into this quiz, you felt you even said you didn't study at all. You thought you were going to mop Sarah up pretty much.
First of all, I didn't study because I don't necessarily have a care for this particular thing. I'm not going to learn it. I don't need it. So I wanted to be myself. I wanted to tell, to answer it things as best as I could. And I did know a lot of things. I know about Margaret Thatcher. I knew about what the other questions I got right. I can't even think of them now, but I knew a few things.
Is it the more honest answer that you do care about it, but you just don't care enough about it to learn it, but
Yes.
you do care that you don't know it?
That is
because you try to push it off and go, I don't need to know. Who cares? I don't need it. But I think you do care, just not enough to learn it.
I would love to know it.
Right.
I just really I haven't dedicated time to learn it, and there are other things in my life that are priorities. So that's primarily it.
And Benji, you prepped Sarah, it sounded like, for this.
Well, I knew that there could be any 7 questions. So I went over like things in history with her. And
Speaker of the House was a smart move. That could have come up.
And some things that came up in the news. But I completely agree with Sal. I think he's a smart guy. We've talked about it online. I gave him a great quote. I think Einstein said, his paraphrase, that imagination is much more important than knowledge.
So if knowledge isn't that important, why would you suggest to Sarah that she watch Chris Matthews to learn more?
Oh, to get ready for this particular contest.
Oh, so you didn't want her to do it because you wanted her to be smarter. You wanted her to be ready for this.
No, I think she's a very intelligent person, and I think she has a... Well, I think she is, JD, and I don't. Maybe if you get to know
Teddy laughed.
Well, I know, but I'm talking to you because
But I'm saying, would you continue to ask her to watch shows like that, or you don't really care? You just for the contest?
I thought it was a good prep for the contest. I suggested 3 things. We went over history. Mm-hmm. I said, read a newspaper every day, and watch Chris Matthews or some sort of news show, and we did some geography stuff online.
Were you worried that Sal was going to blow her out, like beat her 7-0?
No. I mean, I just wanted her to do really well, and she did. I mean, she did. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ask a question again.
I said, were you worried that Sal was going to blow her out 7-0 and embarrass her?
I didn't think he would blow her out, but I wanted her to do well. I really wanted her to win.
And so, do you think she did well, okay, or not so good?
Well, I think she did well. That she came across great on the show. And she even told me, she was like, you know what, I just want to get 2 right. If I get 2 right, I'll feel really good about it. And so I think she had a fun time. So that, to me, is the most important part.
Now, I thought during the whole segment, were very possessive of her and very protective of her.
Yeah, I get like that, which sucks. I hate that. Looking back on that, I hate that I was doing that.
Why? I mean, if you care about her...
Because I do care about her, but I don't need to... It just comes across as really douchey. And I wish I, wouldn't have been like that.
The weird thing I got out of today was up until Sarah came in today, in my mind I thought, like, okay, Benji's with her, but she's pretty cute and he's digging the sex and she and he likes her, but like there's no big deal. But I actually saw a deeper relationship that I thought Benji was pulling my leg about. Did you see it?
Yes. And I also saw, I think I saw a little bit of jealousy on your part when it came to Sal and her being into Sal.
Probably, but that's also kind of more fun. I mean, I know she thinks Sal's a great guy, and she thinks he's a fun guy and everything. But I was kind of having more fun with that.
I think it's funny. Who in this room wants their wife to touch Sal's dick? The fact that it was even up for discussion or for debate is funny to me.
Yeah, where'd that come from, Sal?
She has an obsession with my penis.
But I think she thinks it's more funny. I mean, I think she is a.
That's real funny when it's in her mouth.
On Thursday's wrap-up show, all the talk was about the upcoming Super Bowl. Howard made a comment that he wants to watch the game alone and really doesn't understand why anyone would have a party or have enjoy the game with other people. Well, Gary and Fred strongly disagreed, and it was a major debate. And naturally, we talked about it and had a good time with it. So here's what was said. Gary, I've got to pick up where the show ended, which was the whole Super Bowl party conversation. And just to reset it for everyone, I guess Howard feels that Super Bowl parties are just not something he'd prefer to do. He'd rather just watch the game.
That's okay. Not prefer to do it is okay. It's when he gets to, and whoever does it is an idiot, is where I think people start to get offended.
And apparently you were offended, but Fred Norris was extremely offended.
I haven't seen Fred like that in a long time. He whipped out. See,
Whoa.
There's a great thing about Fred. This happened. I wish I could remember what the circus is. This happened once before, but he and Robin got into some sort of disagreement on the air. This was, I don't know, like 7 or 8 years ago. Fred doesn't go for a pistol. He doesn't go for a rifle. Fred picks up a fucking bazooka.
That was a blitzkrieg. I mean, he hit Howard with everything.
Fred goes 0 to 60 so fast. It's so awesome.
And I know Ralph called in and backed up Howard to the surprise of not a lot of people, and I think Levy had Howard's side too. But is it
Bob Levy?
Yeah, he called.
That's
in
who that
too.
was. I didn't. I heard the other guy call.
But is it because Howard isn't invited to these types of things? Hasn't hung at them before?
No.
Isn't a sports fan? Where does it come from?
Howard didn't grow up in that environment. You know, he had friends when he grew up, but maybe they weren't all sports friends. His father wasn't really into sports, and if he was, I don't know that his father, you know, this all comes from how you grow up. Your father, your uncles, your brothers, you sit around the TV, you watch football. When you get to be a teenager, you do it with your friends. When you go to college, you do it all with your friends. And I just don't think he's had that in his life. So I can understand why he doesn't see the value of it for him. But I mean, turn on the fucking TV. You know, every advertisement on TV for the last month is about whether you need beer or chicken wings or food or Tostitos or anything for the Super Bowl party. I mean, you know, it's not like everyone's nuts.
JD, are you a Super Bowl party kind of guy? Because you're a loner at times.
Yeah, you know what? I have been, but it's not like a big thing for me. The past few years I've had to be in bed during the Super Bowl, or I'm already at work. So it's I could see how it's. I know it's a big party day, though.
There's only one thing that I would say about it. I went through this when the Jets were in the AFC Championship game. We talked about having a party that day, and I said, I don't want to have a party. I don't want to tend to people. I want to watch the game. So what I did is I had a bunch of guys over who were all Jet fans, because that's a different environment than a party. Do you know what the difference is, John?
Yes, I do.
And John, let's tell everyone, John, how you watched the Super Bowl last year.
Well, I'm sort of extreme when it comes to this, but I was in lockdown mode last year. My wife and my kids were the only people anywhere near me when it came to the Super Bowl, because the Steelers were playing, and I wanted to watch the game, and I didn't want to entertain, and I didn't want to talk. I wanted to watch the game.
But let me ask you a question. If you were living in Pittsburgh and your 4 best friends were Steelers fans, would you have had them over?
Possibly.
See, you don't have a bunch of any of the people who came over to watch the game with you are, if they're not hardcore Steeler fans, I understand why you wouldn't want them there.
Yeah, but in general, when it comes to this, I do on Super Bowl Sunday, being a big football fan, I want to watch the game, and I don't like getting distracted with small talk and whatever else, and hearing something. Oh, the Saints are the team in the brown jersey. Like, I don't have patience.
Yeah,
for
those
that.
people aren't allowed in the room.
Well, but you have a great situation because you have a room where it's all game, and then the rest of the house you could be whatever else.
But Howard seemed almost to give that as a reason afterwards because he wanted to pay attention to the game. It seemed like at first it was about, do you want to hang out with people in your house? Not about whether is this the best watching experience if you want to pay a lot of attention to detail.
Listen, here's the bottom line. Howard's just not that interested. He's more interested in football now than he was like 10 years ago. He seems to have, acquired some passion for the game. But it's not like if Howard missed the Super Bowl, I don't think it would be upsetting to him. He'd be like, I don't know if his car broke down or something, he couldn't watch it. For I'd be devastated if I missed it. I don't even have a team in that's playing that I give a shit about.
Well, the first thing that I sort of judge is, are you here to watch the commercials or are you here to watch the game? Because the commercials seem to be its own event right now. And yeah, it's nice. It's, I guess it helps pass the time. And the second question is, are you here for the halftime show or are you here to watch the game? I want to watch the football game and I want to be with people whose main focus is the game. And if it's towards the end and it's kind of close, you want to be able to pay attention.
All right, so here's what happened at my house last year. It was the first year that I had the theater, the man cave, and the whole thing going. Had a house full of people, lots of kids, some of Lucas's friends, some of Jackson's friends, families we knew. There's the man cave and there's the theater. So the hardcore fans were in the theater, right? Watch the game. Yeah, we were watching the commercials. Springsteen at halftime, everybody piled in. And it was great. It was almost like watching a concert. He was great. It was the right person to watch that way. Then everybody left. Then it got to be around 9:30. And people who didn't give a shit about sports went home, including some spouses, meaning some of the wives went home with the younger kids and some of the guys stayed because it was a really close game last year. And I remember looking around, and it was a wonderful experience for me. Everybody that was left at the end of the game were hardcore fans.
Yeah, the last two Super Bowls, too, have been extremely tight. Probably the two of the best ever, which came down to the last minute in both cases. Right. So if it's a blowout kind of game, then I'm more like, all right, whatever. But if it's a close game, I want to watch it. We got a ton of calls on this. Let's talk to Barry in Pennsylvania. Barry, you're on the wrap-up show.
Well, good morning. Thanks. I love your show. It's really terrific. Question for you, though. As a listener, you get to hear Howard's emotions maybe more than you do in the studio. How do you take it? Do the guys take it personally when he says he really doesn't want to be with you or go to your house?
I think Fred takes it the most personally. I used to take it personally, and then I get that sometimes he's pushing a button. But he's managed to push Fred's button the hardest out of all of us.
I know, but you take a lot of ribbing, and you're a hell of a guy for doing it.
But the other thing too is, like, if Howard just says he doesn't want to hang around with me, I'm like, hey, I'd love to have you, but I got a whole bunch of other people that are more than grateful, happy to hang around.
But, Gary, over the past few years, you've gotten a lot more closer to Howard socially, outside, that kind of thing. Whereas I don't know if he and Fred have that type of relationship.
And I don't
all.
either. And that's sort of the interesting part, that we've been together for 25 years and we don't even know who's got what relationship. Like, if Fred goes over there to his house, I don't know.
Once I remember Howard saying something about he went to Fred's apartment. And that was like a surprising thing for him to say. Like, I don't imagine Howard just going and Fred say, hey, let's hang out for the day.
But do you agree with Gary that Fred takes it the most personally when Howard talks about not wanting to hang or be with anybody from the show?
Yeah, he does seem to get upset about it. Like, whereas I think a lot of people are just like, it's just another joke.
Actually, the man of the hour just walked in. If anybody takes it personally, Fred, when Howard says he doesn't want to hang with you, he doesn't want to be with you socially, and Gary said you probably take it the most personally of anybody here.
Quite honestly, I don't make a liar out of Gary this morning. No, I don't.
It just seems like it, because I don't even know if it's about not wanting to hang around with you. I think Fred gets more upset when they paint him as like the lunatic. Like what did Robin say?
Geez, let's have a show of hands in the room. Who wants to be painted as a lunatic?
Nobody. No. I understand that, but I'm saying
I'm just having fun back. I'm assuming that when it's being tossed at me that it's fun, and I figure, well, this is where we're going with this, so let's have fun and toss it back.
You didn't hesitate today, Fred. You just went right after Howard, and
well,
again, everybody.
If somebody's going to slap you, don't you slap them back? I don't know.
Well, there's a slap, and then there's a haul back and punch.
I never know what my strength is. I never know how strong I am.
Oh,
my wife has always told me that sometimes I say things and I'll go, what did I say? She goes, did you have to say that? And I go, I didn't think about it. Okay, maybe I was a little strong. I don't know.
Now, why don't you think Howard can relate to having a Super Bowl party or hanging out and watching with friends?
I don't know. That's a question you'd have to ask Howard. I have no idea why he doesn't find fun in that. And there's a lot of things that other people do that I don't necessarily find fun in. I don't really find fault with him for that. I really don't.
Now, when you're do you want to watch the game, or are you okay with sort of being social and hanging with people, or does it matter who's playing?
Well, you know what it is? It has two different dynamics. If it's like New York teams that are in it, or a New York team is in it, obviously you're a lot more excited. You want to kind of talk about the game or whatever, and you just root for your team. It's like team spirit or whatever. If it's two teams that I really don't have a lot of feeling for, then it's like, okay, I'll watch the game. To me, it's like, if the Yankees are in the World Series, I'm all there. If it's two other teams I don't really give a shit about, I'll watch it, but I'm not as emotionally involved.
All right, let's go back to the phones. We'll talk to Ryan in Ohio. Ryan, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Good, Ryan. How are you?
I'm having a good time. I just was calling about Howard and Super Bowl Barry, Ralph. Howard seems to think that anything that guys do normally is not right, and that him going to the shrink, or he's probably going to get his nails done during the game. But yeah, it all seems like regular guy stuff is not Howard's gig. But you're not as much of a man as he is because you can't run 27 miles. What do you guys think about that?
That's quite a postulation.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just like a guy thing. This goes back to the DePace Gary argument the other day. It's like, why would you do something that I wouldn't do? With a lot of our show arguments, like, why would you do something I'm not into that? Why would you be into that?
Yeah, again, I was with Howard up until the point where he said, well, it's not for me, but anybody else who does is a moron.